Good now. Good now. Good now. Good now. Good now. Now it sounds good. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Senior number 5, Jared Daniels.
There's all the recruits, I think.
Senior number 33, Lavelle Henry.
Hey, Dwayne, this is Chauncey. How are you? Yep, doing good, man. Just staying busy. You know how it goes. Yeah, I'm a teacher at Boyd County High School. Yep. And then I got 2 youngins and all that, too. So we stay pretty busy at my house. Yep, yep.
Senior number 50, Humphreys.
Yep, I'm ready whenever you are.
The Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV proudly presents Kentucky Christian University football. This KCU football game is brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup, and McDonald Pharmacy in South Shore, Members Choice Credit Union, First National Bank of Grayson and Cannonsburg, Trey Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, and Kentucky Christian University. Now, let's go to the field for the pregame show as the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV presents exciting Kentucky Christian University football.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Kentucky Christian University football here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. I'm Chauncey Griffith, along with Coach Brent Terry, and we're so glad to have you along today. We're live from Grayson, Kentucky, the home of the KCU Knights, in what is their last home football game of the 2022 football season. And if you're watching on Cool TV, it's senior day here in Grayson, a great atmosphere here, a big crowd on hand, and, Coach, looks to be a pretty good football game.
Yeah, we got 2 teams that have not maybe had the best of the seasons record-wise. They played earlier this year, and KCU was a 42-0 victory down at Union College.
Yep.
So I'm sure that Union comes in here with a little bit of revenge on their mind. This game will count in the AAC standings.
Right.
So both teams with something to play for. It's senior night, so a lot of excitement here. Everyone, as we're looking out to here in the pregame, they're going through their senior day awards, and all the players lined up, all the underclassmen lined up on the boundary here, kind of saluting and paying tribute to this group of seniors that have played so hard and are doing their best to get this program on the right track here under Coach Russell.
Yes, sir, no doubt about it. It's any day's a good day for college football, but this is one of the better ones.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. You know, we had a game last night, and it was just beautiful, and we've got a college game here today in the first weekend of November, and it's something like 75 degrees, and just a beautiful day. If you didn't know any better, you'd think it was the second or third weekend in September.
That's right.
Not November. So.
Not oftentimes you get to come to a college football game in shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, in November, nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, and so it's a great day, and I'm really happy for these kids here to get to celebrate their senior day on such a beautiful day.
Mentioned their Union coming into Grayson here today with an 0-8 record on the season. They're 0-3 in AAC play, and they're coming off of a 54-26 home loss against the Bluefield Rams. KCU coming into this one at 2-7. They're 1-2 in conference play, and they're coming off of a 43-40, a last-minute field goal loss at Point University down in Georgia. So we're going to step out, take a break here. And when we return, we will have some stats and some pregame analysis and starting lineups and a whole lot of football left to come here from Grayson, Kentucky, the Kentucky Christian University Knights and the Union Bulldogs. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
And we're back in Grayson. Chauncey Griffith and Coach Brent Terry, glad to have you along. And Coach, as soon as we went to break, we had a little, I wish we wouldn't have went to break so quick. We had a proposal down the field to talk about that.
Yeah, it was kind of neat to see, kind of a surprise thing. It looked like maybe the other guys knew it was coming, but a surprise to the people in the crowd here is it looked like number 17 senior quarterback Kajaka Sarvis took the opportunity to take a knee and propose to his girlfriend Brianna, and it looked like he got the response he wanted.
He got the nod.
He got the nod,
and
so a big completion there for Kajaka as Brianna says yes, and so a lot of smiles down there on the sideline.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of hugs and congratulations, and a really neat moment, something that I'm sure they'll both remember for the rest of their lives. The day he proposed and on the football field, and I'm sure football's meant a lot to him over his life, and have the opportunity to get down on a knee and ask his now fiance to marry him is a pretty special thing.
Absolutely, and definitely best wishes to them for sure, no doubt about it. That's good stuff, man. Also good stuff, I wanted to make sure we recognize a couple birthdays for a couple KCU players. Paul Rodriguez, a senior kicker, and also number 70, Gabe Singleton, the senior offensive lineman. Happy birthday to both of those young men. Two fine young men, and both of which big seniors here on senior day here in Grayson. But we've got about 10 minutes before kickoff. We're going to step out, take another break, and then when we come back, we'll have some starting lineups, and we've got football down the pike. Is that right, Coach?
Here we go.
There we go. Yes, sir. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back in Grayson, and now we're back in Grayson. That was my fault. Back in Grayson, Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. Coach, this is not the first time these two teams have played this season. About a month ago, I think October the 1st, they played in Barberville, the home of the Bulldogs, and talk about how that one went down.
Yeah, you look at the score and it's 42-0. You think, it is a dominant performance from KCU, but they took advantage of some early Union mistakes. Kentucky Christian forced a 3-and-out on the opening drive of that game, and then went ahead and blocked the ensuing punt, and that set the tone really for that game. And they ended up setting up one of the touchdowns. They jumped out, got another touchdown early, and jumped out to an early 12-0 lead. The Bulldogs did mount a threat a little bit there in the second quarter, and they drove the ball down. They were just inches away, really, from a touchdown, facing a second and goal. The quarterback, Jake Metters, found a lane and kind of lunged there at the 1-yard line, only to have one of the KCU guys knock the ball free, and KCU jumped on it in the end zone, and promptly turned that into a 15-play, 80-yard drive that chewed up 7:30 on the clock, and that resulted really that really started the avalanche.
That's right.
That got things going, and then Kentucky Christian went on to score 23 points in that second quarter, and it was just some missed opportunities there for the Bulldogs to keep that thing close. And so, so if they score there and a few other things, this and that, games can go a lot differently. So, sometimes when you get in that situation, you just kind of remember all the good things. You remember the outcome, and sometimes so I'm sure Jake has told these guys, and they've talked about, we got to go out and play just as hard as we did the first time, even though we kind of rolled over them. Football games can sometimes take a life of their own, and teams get better along the way. And, when you look at the common opponents, the one that jumps out is, like you were talking about earlier, KCU suffered a loss to the Point Skyhawks down in Georgia on a last-second field goal, a 40-43 game. Both offenses really going. But just here recently on I think it was on October 22nd, the Union played Point to a 3-point game also, a 16-13 game.
There you go.
So, a lot of things can change over a month, and, it's a lot of smiles down there on the sideline right now. It's senior night, or senior day, so a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on. But you just want to, even though have all those things going on around you, you still got to focus in on doing your job and taking care of business if you want to come out of here with a win on senior day.
Absolutely. Coach, I had a chance a few minutes ago to have a conversation with Coach Russell, and we're going to step out and play that real quick, and then we'll be back for some football. Don't go away. Here's our conversation with Coach Jake Russell. And we're back here in Grayson, Kentucky. We're now joined by KCU head football coach Jake Russell. Coach, thanks for giving us a little time here in the pregame.
Absolutely. Beautiful day. Last home game of the year. Everybody's excited.
Yeah, beautiful day. And Coach, just standing here on the sideline, talking to some people. Good atmosphere here on the sideline in the pregame.
Yeah, senior day. We've got a bunch of recruits here. They're all fired up, played in the playoffs last night. Our guys are fired up. There's obviously that nice little rivalry and familiarity with Union College that we play today, and just the relationships there. And again, our guys are just really excited to honor these seniors and play the right way today.
I don't want to take up too much of your time here, and I know we talked about this on your program, but what do you know coming into a game with the Union for the second time? What can you tell us about them?
That they're playing really good. They probably should have won 2 of their last 3 games, and then they played, other than a getting a touchdown scored on them by a 2 or 3 time All-American receiver last game, 3 or 4 times. I mean, they were right in that game as well, played really well, forced 5 turnovers. I mean, so we've got to protect the football. We've got to play really well to win this game. We just come out here, show up, and expect to beat them because of a previous score. I mean, it's going to be a really close game. It's going to be a battle. So, I hope our guys will come out early. Again, honor the seniors the right way. We're going to start all our seniors today, so we're just really excited about that. And just got to start early and just keep the pedal down all day.
You kind of started to answer my next question. What are the keys to a win?
Yeah, protect the football. They're doing a good job of forcing turnovers on their side, and then obviously get turnovers on our side. The more possessions, the better. And special teams. I think special teams is the difference today. Our special teams been really good all year. We blocked a bunch of kicks last week. We've been great in the return game, but it takes all 6 special teams from punt return, kickoff, kick return, PAT field goal, and then PAT field goal block as well. All 6 of those have to win their battles on the field today, and we should be a good game.
Coach, good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Grayson here. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. Senior day here from Grayson. The KCU Knights set to take on the Union Bulldogs in Appalachian Athletic Conference play here. And a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere for college football in November. We see a lot of people wearing shorts and T-shirts, and I guess I say it all the time, any atmosphere is good for college football, but what about this, Coach?
Yeah, it's just a great day. It's like I said, senior day. We've mentioned several times the senior day. Kids are very excited. There's a very nice crowd here today.
There really is.
Yeah, it's a great day to be out. It's almost a spring-type day, and so it's a great day for football. It's a KCU kind of day. You take a look at, again, we keep referring back to the last time these guys played, and kind of what are the keys to get KCU going again. And Coach mentioned the special teams. They have been very good, blocked several kicks this year. They want to do that. There's no doubt this team revolves around their quarterback. And we want to see Max Ward take a look at his stats from the last game. He was 23 out of 36 for 322 yards, a couple of touchdowns. They ran the ball not a lot, but we're going to take a break here for the national anthem. We'll kind of come back and complete those thoughts and get ready for KCU football. Be right back.
Father, we thank you.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated.
And we're back here in Grayson. Always a good opportunity to pause and stand for the national anthem, and a little prayer here from the PA. Always a great opportunity for that as well, Coach. And it's time for football. They had the coin toss, and we didn't see what happened, did we?
Yeah, Kentucky Christians won the toss, and they're going to take the ball first here on this great day. So they'll run their return team out there, and Union will be kicking as we look at it right to left. So here, as we're looking at it from the home side, KCU will take their first team. They'll be traveling left to right when they take this kickoff here from the Union as we get this great day started.
KCU in their home gray uniform, jerseys anyway, black pants, black helmet, black face mask, red numbers on those gray jerseys. The numbers kind of pop out. Really good-looking uniforms from the Knights, and I believe it says Knights going down their right leg in red letters.
Yep.
Looks like Union in white jerseys, white pants, black helmet with an orange stripe, and black numbers trimmed in orange. And here we go. We're ready to rock and roll as the game is underway. The kick's in the air. It's going to be fielded right about the 15, maybe 16-yard line by V.T. Taylor. He brings it up the middle of the field. He's met at about the 25-yard line by a host of defenders, and that's where KCU will set up shop offensively.
KCU will run out there with Max Ward behind center. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards this year, 133. 133 out of 255, completing about 52% of his passes for over 1,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, and he'll be the key to a fast start. However, I take that back.
That's
I forgot on senior night. Take that back. We're going to give Kajaka Sarvis, the senior here, who just proposed to his girlfriend. He'll get to start here today on senior day.
He takes a snap. He's going to roll out. No, it's going to be a handoff, I do believe, there, and that is Austin Mullins.
Yeah, Josh Smith, number 2, just a quick little bump pass right there, almost like a jet sweep. They take it and kind of toss that thing right in front of them. That way, if it's dropped, it's an incomplete pass. But that didn't go anywhere. Number 2, Josh Smith, senior defensive player there from outside linebacker from Union, quick up out of the secondary, really, to make that play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a loss of about 4 yards. No, about 5 yards. So make it second down, 15 yards to go. Kajaka Sarvis out of the gun, 2 receivers each way, ball toward the middle of the field. And here we go. He's going to hand off this time up the middle. It's going to go to – nope, it's a fake handoff and a pass over the middle, caught by Austin Mullins, who brings it across the 40-yard line, almost to the 45. So a big pickup there. Pick up about 23 yards here on second down and 15, way more than enough for the first down.
Yeah, a nice little play-action pass there. Seat the ball, ride it up in there, draw those linebackers up into the line of scrimmage.
They drew the commentator, too.
That's exactly right. Not only fooled the backers, but fooled my partner here, and Austin Mullen finds the soft spot between the 2 safeties there for a nice pickup.
Sarvis out of the gun, 3 receivers to his right. The ball's on the left hash, empty backfield. He takes it, looks downfield, then tucks and runs down the sideline, tries to get it over to the Union sideline, gets it across midfield and slides, picks up 7-8 yards here on first down. Pretty efficient.
Yeah, nice little quarterback draw, spread them out, go empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Sarvis pauses just for a second to get the backers to drop and takes off with it, and a nice gain on first down.
The first down of the game for either team. Obviously, this is the first drive. We're down to about 13 minutes on the clock, and second down and 3 yards to go for KCU. Sarvis, the quarterback, ball's on the left hash. We have motion from right to left from Mullins. A fake handoff to him, then Sarvis sprints out to his right under pressure, throws it downfield, incomplete. It'll be third down.
Yeah, pressure applied there by Tremonte Gardner, senior defensive back, kind of coming from that right side on a little pressure package, kind of forces Sarvis out to his right. He had a man crossing. It looked like number 14 V.T. Taylor was kind of crossing left to right as we're looking at it. He had the safety beat, but because of the pressure,
that's it.
Yeah, because of the pressure, Sarvis not able to get his feet set and get the ball delivered to him. So he just kind of had to throw it away there, and it's okay. Second down, short right there. Second down and medium, throw it away. Gives you a third and medium and a chance to pick this up.
2-by-2 set for KCU. Sarvis takes the snap. He's going to hand it off this time up the middle to Gerald Daniels, who's brought down about a yard into the backfield. So it's going to make it fourth down and about 4 yards, maybe 5 yards for the KCU Knights.
Yeah,
and,
Josh, I'm sorry.
Is this 4-down territory? That's the question.
I don't know. That was Josh Smith, number 2, again, making his second tackle for loss already here in the first drive, and it looks like it's going to be.
Absolutely.
They may go hard count here and decide to wait. We got trips right, one guy in the backfield, so we'll see. They may go hard count. They may actually go for it. Depends on how confident they are. They did shut them out, so they may have some very confident in their defense. 4th
down and 5 yards to go. Sarvis going through his cadence. We got movement, but it's from the offense over on that far sideline. Looks like the wideout over that way. Might have miscommunication. That was V.T. Taylor jumped off sides, and that makes it 4th down and 10. And we do see a personnel change this time.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one. He got off, a little bit early there, false start. Also, one of the linemen moved a little bit, so that takes the decisions out of Jake's hands right there. And so no chance to go for it now. Back it up to 4th and 10. So first drive stalls out, first punt of the game.
Back deep to return for Union is going to be Isaiah Johnson, but a low, shallow punt, and it's off the defender. And Coach, that's going to be KCU football. It hit off the back of a defender. And no question about it, KCU with a little change of fortune here. Much better field position, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Taj Jackson right there, kind of just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's right.
The short punt works out. Really not a very good punt, but it takes a bounce up in the air and then bounces off the back of one of the Union defenders, and a couple of guys there able to just kind of be in the right spot at the right time and jump on the ball. And so KCU gets the benefit of doesn't go down as a turnover, but they'll take over after technically the muffed punt, and they'll be set up here close to the 35-yard line.
Sarvis, the 5'11 senior, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle again. It's going to go to Gerald Daniels. He gets it across the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. We're going to say he got back to the line, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Tremonte Gardner, the senior right there out of Valdosta, Georgia, coming off the left edge, beats both blocks.
Yes, he did.
That was a little power play where you're trying to kick him out there, the end man on the line of scrimmage, but Tremonte having nothing to do with it, beats both blocks and makes the tackle for no gain. Nice play. There's a kid that's playing up on the line of scrimmage in some sets, and we'll see him drop back as that deep half-field player in other sets.
Gerald Daniels comes off the field. It's an empty backfield, and a screen pass over to the left side is caught by Richmond Sims, who charges ahead, tries to find some room to run, able to do so, picks up about 5 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, track down there. Richmond Sims, one of the more diminutive players out there, only about 155, 160 pounds, cuts it back, and he's kind of tracked down there by big Rabonte Bryant, 386 pounds out of Louisville, kind of trailing that play inside out on that play, and wraps him up and takes him down.
We'll say 3rd down and 6 yards to go, so a 4-yard pickup there. And Richmond Sims, man, one thing he's not short on is hustle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or guts.
That's right. Bunch setup here as Sarvis takes it, sprints out, throws it downfield, just overthrows his guy in coverage there, but he led his receiver just a little bit too far.
Yeah, Austin Miller there on the corner route. They sprint to a smash concept, a high-low read right there, and nice coverage from Union, kind of in phase on his hip there, and put it out there where nobody was going to get it. So 4th down. Here's a second 4th down play of the game. The first one they jumped off sides on, ended up having to punt.
4th down and 6 yards to go here for the Knights. They try the hard count. Nobody moves this time. And Sarvis, the offense, looks back over for a play call. We're going to have another play here from KCU. 3 receivers to the left, balls in the middle of the field, and here we go. Sarvis takes a snap, fakes a handoff, runs it up the middle of the field, and a big collision right about where he needs to be. It's going to be really close. It's 1st down, no question about that. The white hat immediately signals 1st down, and a heads-up play there from Sarvis, but that could have turned out dangerous there.
Yeah, that was an onside read play. They try and stretch that thing to the boundary, and Sarvis seats that ball and reads that defensive end, and he pulls it and takes off up the middle, but right at the sticks, he and Taryn Cox with a big collision in the secondary right there, big senior defensive back out of Tennessee, and that was a big hit we could hear all the way up here, but Sarvis jumps up and ready for the next play.
He takes the snap, hands it off on 1st down to Gerald Daniels. No room to run there. Daniels tried to bounce it outside to the right. Nothing doing there. The defense just kind of closed down, so it's going to go down as about a 3-4 yard loss, maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, it could have been even more. He kind of made the first 2 guys miss. Looked like he was going to jump outside, but number 16, Adam Cheney, wrapped him up there in the backfield and set him up again behind the chains. They've been successfully completed a few of these behind the chains plays here early in the game. See if they're going to have to do it again, though.
Yep, here we go. Sarvis still the man behind the center. Senior heavy offense here for the night starting out. Sarvis takes the snap, drops back, looking downfield. Still looking downfield. He's got a receiver. He's directing a little traffic back there in the end zone. Throws it into coverage, had his man, knew what he wanted to do there. It was V.T. Taylor in the end zone, but he just overthrew it. He threw it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, props to the offensive line right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Some time, 3-4 seconds in the pocket. As you said, he had some time to direct traffic and some routes would break off. He kind of had, looked like he had Austin Miller early across the middle right there, but he was looking for the home run ball right there, but well covered by Union. Third down and about 14, 15 now.
Yeah, we'll say third down and 15 yards to go. KCU with the ball on their own 20 or on the Union 27-yard line. Sarvis takes a snap. It's going to be a pass again, this time a middle screen. It's caught by Cameron Arthur, who's got some room to run. Runs it down the left hash. Picks up about 13 yards. Not enough for the first down, but much more manageable here on. It'll be fourth down again.
Yeah, we'll see. Looks like, all the rage in college football right now is going for it. And when you get in the red zone and you get these short yardage plays, everybody going for it way more than they used to. And I think Jake's going to follow suit right here.
Yep.
A really nice third down call, kind of catches Union in a little pressure and dumps it. Jarvis jumps it over their heads for the screen pass and sets them up here in fourth and short.
A great catch and run by Mullen sets it up, fourth and short. Here we go. Sarvis takes a snap out of the pistol this time. He's going to hand it off, and bouncing outside is the running back, Cameron Arthur. He's got some room to run. Is it going to be a touchdown? Yes, sir, touchdown KCU. He had some defenders with him, and he met another one at the goal line, but that second, third effort put some points on the board for KCU.
Yeah, that looked like Cadell Robinson, one of the defensive backs there, met him right at the goal line and kind of stood him up, and it came to a pause just for a second.
That's right.
And Robinson was trying to rip that ball out of there just as he got across the goal line, but kept his legs churning and got it across, and so they able to convert that drive into 6 points.
Yes, sir, from 14 yards out. That makes it 6-0. PAT team is on. The birthday boy, Paul Rodriguez, out there ready to try to tack on another one. The kick's up, and it's good. That makes it 7-0. KCU leads with 8:41 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this message on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Health Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
In Grayson, Kentucky, Chauncey Griffith and Coach Brent Terry, glad to have you along here. And Coach, we were looking there at the live stats. Offensively, KCU 13 plays, 57 yards, 4.4 yards per play on that drive, and ended up in 6 points there. Coach, looks to me like that's going to be KCU football. I'm waiting to see what the call is, and it is.
They go with the surprise onside kick here. They're feeling the momentum.
Yeah.
Jake obviously has a lot of trust in his defense, so they go for the little onside kick, catches Union with their head down just a little bit, and KCU recovers it, and they'll set that offense up again. And this time it will be Maxwell Ward coming out to play quarterback after Jock Sarvis leads them on the first drive of the game, takes them down for a touchdown. Now it'll be Maxwell Ward behind center.
We'll get a look at him for the first time here tonight, and got to wonder how the game plan here will change offensively. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Ward. He fakes a handoff and throws it across the middle of the field, and it's caught by number 27, Austin Mullins, across the middle of the field. Big pickup there. He goes from the 46 of KCU down to about the 33-yard line, so a big pickup there on first down.
Yeah, trips to the left side. They had a little play action to the right, and Max pulls the ball, does a nice job of letting Austin get in behind the linebacker and hits him over the middle on a little glancer route.
Down to 8:15 to go here in the first as Ward takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle this time. And the ball carrier, it looks like that's going to be Cameron Arthur. Gets it back to the line, picks up maybe a yard, but that's it. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Yeah, Josh Smith, a kid, we've called his name a couple times so far today, makes the tackle there on the short yard coming off the right side, kind of beats the block there and wraps him up for a short gain.
Second down, 9 yards to go here on senior day at Kentucky Christian University. The football team, the seniors on the football team honored before the game, and got to think here a win would be a big deal for them. A handoff on second down. A fake handoff and a throw downfield into the end zone. Got me to bite again, Coach. I tell you what, that goes incomplete, just overthrew his receiver there.
Yeah, they were looking for number 80 right there. That was Gaither, Deshaun, Gaither, kind of there on the post route.
Don Shea Gaither.
Yes. Gaither there on the post route, and kind of had the safeties pulled up there a little bit, maybe had a step, but just overshot a little bit by Maxwell, but a nice shot on second down brings up 3rd and 8.
I got to remember to tell Coach they're doing a good job on these RPOs and stuff. They're getting me to bite every time.
Yep.
A handoff here this time, and it is going to go to Cameron Arthur, who marches ahead on the right side, gets it across the 30-yard line down to about the 27. So it's going to be 4th down and maybe 5 yards to go here for KCU, and I don't see a change in personnel again.
Now a little pin and pull concept there on that run. Get 2 offensive linemen out in front, almost a buck sweep or pin and pull, depending on what you want to call it, but gets them in a situation where they can go for it here on 4th down.
2 stack receivers to both sides here. Ball's on the right hash. Running back to the left of Ward is Cameron Arthur, and Ward goes through the hard count. Nobody moves this time, and he turns back around.
5 on the play clock.
Okay. So time running low here, and that's going to be a delay.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to get offense. No, I think they're going to get movement on the offensive end.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looked like the right guard, a little false start right there, and everybody just gets anxious when that play clock starts to run down. They went hard count, try to get a look at the defense, and nobody bit, so they look over to get another play, but the play clock was running down on them. They were trying to hurry up, and everybody getting a little anxious.
Yep.
So that makes it a little more difficult here on 4th down. They'll keep the offense on the field out of field goal range.
Yeah.
It's kind of in no man's land right here. You don't obviously not going to punt it from here, so back to 4th and 9.
4th and 9 on the Union 32-yard line. Same formation. Ward takes a snap. He's looking downfield, got time to throw, but the pocket collapses. He takes off running himself, gets what he can, but it's not going to be enough for the first. He's going to pick up around 6-7 yards, but that's going to be a turnover on downs, Coach.
Yeah, not much he could do there. He had time to find somebody, but just nice coverage in the Union secondary right there, and didn't want to be careless with the football, so pulls it down and gets what he can. If he hadn't had the false start there on the first play, that would have been enough for a first down.
Yep.
But the false start penalty comes back to bite him a little bit. Adam Cheney, the sophomore linebacker, ends up making the stop for Union College, and that'll get their offense out on the field.
So this will be the first time we have a look at the Union College offense, led by junior quarterback Myron Norfleet. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. It's going to be a throw out of the backfield, and it's going to be caught by Tajee Jackson. He's got some room to run down the sideline, makes a move, crosses the 40, down to the 30. He's chased down and brought down at about the 17-yard line, but I do see some laundry on the field. I see some flags thrown behind the football, and that's usually in the vicinity maybe of a hold or a block in the back. It looks like it's going to be coming back.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they got there. Really nice dump off there from a Norfleet, finds his back out of the backfield. He makes a couple of guys miss and gets down the boundary for a nice game. But as you said, looks like maybe we're going to have an illegal block is going to bring this back.
That's right. A block in the back against Union, and it came at a pretty good time for KCU because that was a big gain on that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they caught there, and we don't have the official mic'd up, so we're not going to get a number. And I just be honest, I did not see the illegal block there on that play, but somebody did, so they threw the flag, and so that'll set Union up behind the chains a little bit, 1st and 12 as they bring that back. So a successful first play for Union's called back.
That's right. And here we go. Myron Norfleet, the quarterback. To his left is Taji Jackson in the backfield. 2 receivers both ways, but the slot receiver to the left motions to the right motions to the left, but nonetheless a screen play to Isaiah Johnson out there and wide out to the left. He drives it ahead. Pickup of about 5 yards is going to make it 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Chandler Lamar tracking that ball inside out from his inside linebacker position. Comes in and makes the tackle there at 81. Deshaun Gaither, kind of, I guess, playing a little bit of a two-way football for KCU, also in on the stop.
Norfleet drops back, steps forward, throws it to his wideout out in the flats. That's Taji Jackson again, makes the catch. Picks up 2 yards, but that's all. A good open field tackle there.
Yeah, Jamel Sims able to make the open field tackle. Junior linebacker, 6'1", 220 out in the flat on a linebacker. Nobody else around there, and it made a nice play getting him to the ground. So it'll set up a 3rd down. Remember, KCU defense shut this Union College offense out in the first game. So, after a successful first play here, we'll see if they can end up turning a 1st down and 12 into a 1st down.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 here from their own 33-yard line. A bunch set, 2 receivers each way, in tight. Quarterback drops back. He throws it to one of those receivers, and that's number 27. I presume we've got 2 27s on the roster. Neither one of them have any information, but either Markle Robinson or Brandon Smith, Coach. Your guess is as good as mine. Nonetheless, that's enough for the 1st down. He gets it to the 41-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, KCU lines up, shows pressure, brings the inside guys drop out, but they bring it off the left edge. Quarterback does a nice job of finding an open receiver in the flat.
Handoff up the middle on 1st down. It goes to Taji Jackson. He drives it ahead. A big pickup again here on 1st down. Pickup of about 11. No, I don't. I take that back. I guess his knee went down. He fell forward, but I think his knee might have made contact. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Nevertheless, a nice run there by Jackson. Kind of an inside zone play. Gets it up inside that A-gap, and that Union offensive line getting a little push right now. And, frankly, this doesn't look like an offense that got shut out in the first game. Moving the ball here nice for the first few plays.
A 2-by-2 set here for Norfleet. He takes it, drops back, looks to throw under pressure. He's going to run forward. Gets it across the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to he went down right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain but no loss either. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Yep, Jamel Sims again on that tackle. Looks like he just pulled that down early. I'm not sure if that's a planned run or he just kind of got a little spooked by the pressure.
Yeah, the pocket was kind of collapsing a little bit. Yeah,
just a little bit. And, Myron, not a real big quarterback, 180 pounds, about 5'9", 5'10", 180 pounds. So feels it closing in on him and tries to pick it up with his legs, but can't. So 3rd down.
Norfleet drops back, throws it out to the flats, and it's going to be caught by Damari Owens for a pickup of about 5 yards, enough for the 1st down. He gets it across the 45-yard line down to the 44, and it'll be 1st and 10 from there. The Union Bulldogs on the move.
Yeah, nice job of getting the ball out on time from Norfleet. Nice catch, 1-step drop, throws the out route right on time, and kind of picking on Jamel Sims over here in the left flat. But a nice job of moving the chains there on 3rd down.
3 receivers to the right of Norfleet, who drops back to pass, throws it downfield. He's got a receiver open, but he overthrows his receiver. And, again, the goal there was a defender there, but he was trying to lead the defender down the sideline, just overthrew it incomplete.
Yeah, it seems like we're talking about Sims on every play. That time they bring him kind of on a little stunt on inside pressure, and he really gets home and puts a nice hit on Norfleet, gets him down on the ground, really couldn't step into that throw, and I'm sure that had something to do with the inaccuracy on that throw as KCU deciding that they've seen enough of this. They're going to start bringing some pressure.
That's right. Myron Norfleet, a junior quarterback, sends a receiver in motion from right to left. We got a collision in the backfield, but it is a handoff. It's going to go to Taji Jackson up the middle. He picks up a couple yards, but he's brought down by several defenders. And, Coach, a little miscommunication there in the backfield, but they're still able to get a few yards out of it.
Yeah, a little confusion there, and they were lucky to kind of get out of their own way there and get some positive yards. That could have been a lost yardage play for sure, but Jackson a little tired as he exits the game. They bring in number 28, Andre Johnson, into the game, kind of play running back now as he gets a little break.
We haven't seen him yet on the field. 2-by-2 set for Union. Looks like Norfleet's going to take it, throw another screen to his left to the number 2 receiver. That is number 27, and he has some room to run. He's going to have the first down, Coach.
Yeah, ball kind of punched out there at the end.
Yep.
Couldn't see who punched it out, but Union lucky that ball kind of, when it got punched out, it headed toward the boundary.
That's
there
right.
and landed out of bounds, or it might have been a turnover to kind of end this drive. But a nice job again executing the screen, some decent blocking there from the receivers, and they pick up the first down. And really impressed with Norfleet so far. Doesn't hold the ball long, gets it out of his hands, seems to be pretty accurate, and he's got the Bulldogs on the move.
He's definitely taking command of the offense here so far. 3 receivers to his right. Throws it to the backside receiver, though, and able to complete it out there in the flats. Isaiah Johnson makes the catch for a pickup of around 9 or 10 yards. We're going to say 10 yards because it looks like they're moving the chains.
Yeah, it sure does.
The backside slant there paid off.
Again, just, kind of from the gun, he's already just a lot of quick passing game. He's just kind of catch and throw. They're on the coverage there for KCU was number 26, Shellman, and he was made a nice open field tackle, but not close enough to break the pass up.
Norfleet hands it off this time. It's going to go to Andre Johnson, his first carry of the ball game. He picks up a couple yards, maybe 3. That'll make it 2nd down and 7 yards to go. We're down to a minute to go here in the first quarter. The score remains KCU 7, Union 0, but Union so far on this drive, pretty productive. They're moving it down inside the red zone. They're on the edge of the red zone right now at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I see Johnson kind of hobbling off over there on the Union sideline. We'll see if that if we see him back in the game. That's the guy that's going to be able to spell Jackson a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out as the game goes on.
Trips to the left as Norfleet takes it. He drops back under it. Feels a little bit of pressure, so he's going to tuck it and run. Tries to get over to his sideline. And he's hit before he makes it there, but he falls forward, and it's going to be close to a first down. I think he's a little bit short, down under 20 seconds to go now in the first quarter, and the clock's still rolling. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a nice job again. Nobody open in the short one-step passing game there, so he just pulls it down, finds a seam over the right side, and gets it down to a very manageable 3rd and 1. And it looks like they're just going to take the quarter and get ready. They'll have, when we come back, it'll be 3rd down and really short for this Union offense.
There you go. So your score after 1 quarter of play, KCU 7, Union 0. Back after this for quarter number 2 on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. And Coach, 7-0 here at the end of the first, but Union offensively there to end the first quarter on the move, driving it down the field.
Yeah, they only get 1 possession in the first quarter. They start that possession there. The only time they've had the ball so far, and they've taken it right down the field here. 4 first downs on this drive, completed some passes. They're 3 for 3 on third down, and immediately right off the bat here, they're going to get KCU kind of lined up in a little pressure, and they go hard count and draw KCU offside, and so they're going to get their next first down via penalty on KCU. So a couple of the linemen and linebackers there not watching the football, and they jump off sides, and that'll give Union the ball just inside the 10, first and goal.
So 1 second into the second quarter, and Union with another first down.
They should actually reset that clock.
I would think so.
To 15 minutes. We'll
because
see.
The ball wasn't. Yeah, we'll find out here. Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. Official timeout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So there it is. So we reset the clock. First down, just inside the 10. First and goal.
And here we go. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off. It's going to go to Tajee Jackson, who's back in the game after getting a break later on in the first quarter. He's back in for his first carry here in the second quarter. Picks up 2 yards, makes it second and goal from about the 9-yard line, we'll say. So he picked up about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, one of the best defenders for KCU right there in on that tackle, making a really nice solo tackle. Ellis Reed coming out of his inside linebacker position to bring him down for a very short gain.
Here we go on second down. Norfleet takes a snap. He's going to throw it into the end zone. And, Coach, it's caught for a touchdown by Union's number 2. That is Tony Norman, the sophomore wide receiver. And that makes it 7-6 here.
Yeah, really nice throw there by Myron Norfleet. Again, that short passing game, a quick inside glancer route. He kind of threads the needle in between, just inside the safety, just inside the corner, but just behind the linebacker, threads it in between those 3 players, and that's hard to stop when you throw it that accurate.
The PAT team on to try to tie this one up. The kick's up, and it's blocked. Wow.
That's a live ball.
Yes, sir, and it's picked up by KCU. I'm trying to get a number.
Lateral.
We've got a lateral backwards, yes, sir, and some room to run. The ball in the hands of number 3. He's running down that KCU sideline, some room to run. And he gets it across midfield. He's going to be brought out of bounds at the 40, but he's pulled out of bounds by the back of his shoulder pads, the top of his shoulder pads. And we've got flags flying. I assume that's going to be a horse collar.
So we got a lot going on here.
Yeah.
So the extra point gets blocked. We've got a flag back down here on the 23-yard line. The ball ends up getting picked up and then lateraled to who caught the lateral? Do you know that?
No, I was trying to get a number there.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know who caught the lateral, but anyway, he takes it down all the way down the right side of the field, down to the 40-yard line, where he's horse collar tackled by. Now we got 2 number 5s on the roster for the Bulldogs, and so I'm not sure which one it was. Being a special teams play, that was either Davon Moore or Zach Young on the horse collar tackle. So we'll see how the officials get all this going. So there's the penalty for the horse collar tackle. That's going to be declined. And then we have a sideline warning against KCU.
And, Coach, the KCU player there who caught the lateral and ran it down the sideline was number 3. We don't have a number 3 on his roster, but hats off to that young man for that heads-up
That's
play.
the reason I asked you. I thought it was number 3, and then I didn't trust my eyes. I thought I looked down on the roster, and they don't have a number 3 on the roster here, and so that's the reason I asked you. I thought maybe I just misread the number out there. But so I guess all that's going to result in, after all that action, a blocked extra point.
Looks like on the KCU website, number 3, Cameron Arthur,
okay, I
believe is who that would be. So hats off to him for a heads-up play there, and we're going to see how this all shakes out.
Yeah, so I think just the result of all that is that those penalties both end up being declined, and it goes down as a blocked extra point, and KCU's going to hold on to a 1-point lead here. We just underway in the second quarter, so 7-6, and KCU going to get their hands on the ball here for the first time in the second quarter.
Yes, sir, and we're ready to rock and roll here for this series of offense for KCU. And, Coach, it looks like, the ball's on the 35. Nothing different, am I right?
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Everything just kind of washes out right there. Penalties declined, and just a blocked extra point, 7-6, and here we go.
Parker Atwood, the kicker, gets it inside. It falls right around the 6-yard line, bounces into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and KCU will take over on their own 25-yard line, excuse me.
So we'll see Maxwell Ward come back out here and probably take the offense. Yep, they're going to send Maxwell out. So he's already thrown for 21 yards so far, one for 2 for 21 yards. And so he also – so we'll get our first drive here the second half, and or excuse me, the second quarter for Maxwell. So a little off-tackle handoff there is number 5, Gerald Daniels, taking the snap, or excuse me, taking the handoff from Maxwell, and a nice run down to the right side of that offensive line, making some room for Gerald there on the carry, and that for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Will set up a second down and 4. Again, the KCU Knights a no-huddle team, but not necessarily in any hurry, taking their time. Everybody getting a signal from the sidelines. Two receivers to the left, 2 backs in the backfield, both stacked to the right. An onside kind of read play where they're trying to read the defensive end right there. That's number 58 coming up for the Union Bulldogs. That's 58 is Hunter Blevins. They're trying to read him on that play, but the wrong read by Maxwell. He ends up handing it off, and Blevins there to make the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. So 3rd down and 9 yards to go now, and that's what I'm trying to get the iPad going. We got live stats now for you on the iPad there, so that'll help us out quite a bit. 3rd down, 9 yards to go here. 2 receivers to the right of Ward. He goes through his cadence, a running back to his left. He's going to drop back and pass on 3rd and 9, throws it over the middle of the field, and it's caught by K'Ron Taylor. And he's hit as he makes the catch for a pickup of about 5 yards. But I do see a flag out in the middle of the field there.
Yeah, Adam Cheney there with a big stick there in the middle, coming from his inside linebacker position. Cheney, a sophomore linebacker, 235 pounds, nice stick. But the penalty is on KCU for a holding, and Union is going to decline that penalty and bring up a 4th down and force KCU into a punting situation.
Yep, got to think so. As we do see the change in personnel, the punter out there on the field for KCU, and it looks like back deep to return for Union is going to be junior wide receiver Isaiah Johnson. The punt's up, and it's a decent punt. It's going to land about the 42 and bounce out of bounds over there on that Union sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 38, so that's where Union will take over here, Coach. The last drive that they had offensively, they had some success, got some points on the board. It was a methodical drive. They did what they do, a lot of routes out of the backfield, things like that, and screen plays. Got it down the field, put 6 points on the board.
Short control passing game. Myron Norfleet, 7 out of 8 for 49 yards and a touchdown, all on that last drive. Just kind of controlling the ball, controlling the clock, and doing a good job of keeping the chains moving, running a little bit when they have to, but definitely using the passing game, the short passing game, control passing game to keep moving the chains.
1st and 10 for Union. Myron Norfleet, the quarterback, he's going to take it, drop back, looking downfield, throws it down there, throws it into some coverage. Great pass coverage there by KCU, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, really nice coverage there down the right side for KCU. First time we've seen a Union try to push the ball down the field much, and I think that
was Javarius Smiley. Is that right out there?
I believe so. I believe that was Smiley on the coverage there. Kind of hard to tell those numbers over on the far side. Just a little bit hard to tell.
We'll try to get that number here in a minute. Nonetheless, 2nd down and 10 for Union. It's going to be a handoff this time, and it's going to be the out of the backfield. That looks like number 34, I do believe. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes.
Jashlyn James. the freshman running back. He picks up 1 yard, so it'll be 3rd and 9 for Union.
Yeah, Chandler Lamar, inside linebacker for KCU there to make the play for a short yard gain. The whole gang of gray shirts there in on that play, but it looked like Lamar got there first. So after the incomplete play down the boundary, and the short run brings up a 3rd and a long position that they've not been in a ton. They're 3 for 3 out of 3rd down so far, so we'll see if KCU can get them off the field.
Here we go. Norfleet drops back. He's under some pressure. He's got forced out to his left. He throws it downfield, and it's caught out there right at midfield. The argument over there is, was it a catch? Was he out of bounds, etc.? And we're going to say it is a catch right about the 48-yard line is where he went out of bounds, but it is enough for a first down for Union.
Yeah, it looked like Ellis Reed with the pressure there kind of forced Norfleet out to his left, and one of his receivers there on the left side, I think that was number 20, I think, on the reception, Isaiah Johnson, pushed down the field but came back to bail his quarterback out and made a nice catch, toe dance there on the sideline just behind the chains, and so they could go to 4-4 on 3rd down.
Norfleet takes it, throws it again, another screen play. It's going to be caught by Jashlyn James. He tries to get out there, more of a bubble route, tries to get out there to the sideline, able to pick up a couple yards, making it 2nd and 8 yards to go from right at midfield, just shaded to our left of midfield.
Yeah, C.J. Cutliff really cut him down out there in the flat. That's a big running back coming out of the backfield, catching that pass there. Lovely goes about 205 pounds, and he's out of Paintsville, Kentucky.
That's awesome.
But cut down there by Cutliff for a short gain.
2nd and 8. Norfleet's going to. He's going to look downfield, but he's going to end up tucking and running, picks up a couple yards there out. He gets it out into the flats down to about the 45-yard line, but flags over on the other side of the field. Yeah, did you see what happened there?
Well, we got an offensive lineman for Union with his helmet off over there.
Yep.
So we might have a hands to the face. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. Number 74, one of the offensive linemen for Union. That's Michael Thomas, a big junior offensive lineman, 320 pounds out of Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah. But someone, I did not see who, for KCU, got some hands to the face there and put his helmet off. So he's allowed to stay in the game since the foul actually caused his helmet to come off. So he doesn't have to exit the game. But that's going to be a personal foul. And even though it was a minimal gain there on the run from Norfleet, that 15 yards is going to move it up to the 30-yard line, and Union in business again.
You mentioned there Michael Thomas out of Lexington, Kentucky, went to Bryan Station High School. Several Kentucky natives on that Union football team.
Yeah, and I don't know if Norfleet was hurt there, but Jake Meters has entered the game at quarterback for Union.
He's going to hand it off up the middle, and the ball knocked away, but Meters able to fall back on it there. Jake Meters, I think, junior quarterback, listed at 240 pounds from Snellville, Georgia, and not sure what's going on with starting quarterback Myron Norfleet, but he's not coming back on the field yet.
Yeah, but let's talk about Yamar Woods for a second right there for KCU with a big hit.
Yeah, buddy.
That jarred that ball loose and called Meters to get back on that ball there for a Union. That was a jarring tackle.
So 2nd down and about 13 yards to go here for Union. Metters, the quarterback, he's going to take it, look over into the flats, tries to throw one of those routes out of the, like a screen route over there into the flats. Tajee Jackson, the intended receiver, ball just off the mark, goes out of bounds, incomplete. Good pursuit there, too, by the KCU defense, anticipating that route, and they were there. But it just fell incomplete anyway, 3rd and 13.
Just to kind of give you a look at Meters, if you're listening on the radio and not watching on the TV, but Jake Meters, a very tall, looks to be about 6'3", 6'4", goes 240 pounds.
Coach, 6'6".
6'6". There we go, 6'6". So a big quarterback. Not quite the runner it appears to be that Norfleet is, but I'm sure he has a strong arm.
Yeah, he's almost brought down the backfield, able to shake off a tackler, throws it down the field, and it's caught by Zach Young, a junior wide receiver from LaGrange, Kentucky, for a decent pickup there and enough for the first down. He gets it down to about the 19-yard line of KCU. So, again, Union on the move.
Yeah, Joshua Price there in coverage for KCU and brings him down, but not before he was able to get a first down. A nice play by the quarterback there. Meters stepping up in the pocket. Tall, has a lot of vision, and stepped up and found an open receiver, found a soft spot in that KCU coverage.
That's right. 1st and 10 from the KCU 19-yard line. Clock down to 9:14. KCU leads 7-6, and Union with the football in the red zone. Metters takes a snap. He's going to hand it off here to Jashlyn James, who tries to get it over to that right side, able to do so, gets it down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line, so it's going to be another first down Union.
Yeah, just another zone blocking play right there, running behind number 55 there, the right guard is Chris Carter, and 64 is Cameron Mitchell. Those guys kind of opened up a nice window there for the Union running back, and he took advantage of it, really clear sell until he kind of got to the secondary right there, and so another first down and goal situation.
Yep, here we go. Metters still the man handling quarterback duties. He goes through his cadence out of the gun, drops back, looking to pass, throws it into the end zone, incomplete. Intended receiver there, sophomore wide receiver Tony Norman. That'll make it second down.
Yep, to Michael Shellman there on the coverage for KCU. Did a nice job getting his hand up and kind of blocking the vision of the receiver. A couple substitutions to get KCU, bringing in a couple of defensive linemen there. Big Shamar Sparks, a freshman, 6'1", 230. In the game, we'll try to get a little pressure on the quarterback here.
Going to be second down and goal from the 9-yard line. Clock stopped at 8:49 here. And we've got 3 receivers to the left of Metters, who goes through his cadence, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the big running back, Jashlyn James, who drives it down inside the 10 to inside the 5, I should say, to about the 4.5, maybe the 5-yard line. So pick up 4 yards here on second down, makes it third and goal from the 5.
Yeah, James is a hammer, man. 220 pounds and really runs it hard down in there. And
they've got him listed at 5'11". I'm saying that might be inaccurate. I'm thinking he's a little bit taller than that.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player. So it brings up a third down. Union 5 of 5 already in this game on third down. So we get a third down and goal here with inside the 5-yard line.
Jake Metters takes the snap, hands it off again to Jashlyn, who's going to drive it down inside the 5, gets it down to about the 2, maybe 3-yard line, but not enough for a first down, there is no first down, it'd be a touchdown. So it's going to be fourth and goal from the 2-yard line here for Union.
Yeah, Brian Hughes there with the big hit to kind of keep him from falling forward.
I'm a Brian Hughes fan,
absolutely,
man.
And he kind of came in there and laid the lumber and got him to fall backwards instead of falling forward. So that gets the ball down to the 2, and it looks like Union, everyone staring over to the sideline, try to get the call. We got a fourth down and 2, maybe 3, 2.5.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to let the play clock run down and maybe take a timeout and talk about this fourth down situation.
Down to 3, 2, 1, and you hear the whistle in the background. That means timeout. Union, we'll keep it right here, though, Coach. Never want to go away and take a break on a situation like this where there's definitely going to be some action immediately after the timeout.
Yeah, big point in the game here. Down 1. Does Union go ahead and take the field goal? Maybe if they're confident in their kicker, take the field goal and go up 9-7, or do they see this as an opportunity here? They're down here just 2 yards away from pay dirt.
Right.
Do they go ahead and try to stick it in the end zone? And then if you don't get it, you leave the ball down here inside the 5, most likely, maybe even closer than that. So it looks like. Just kind of looking across the field, it does look like they're going to go for it. I've tried to see. It looks like they're working on the quarterback, Myron Norfleet over there. Looks like he's getting his ankle rewrapped. So he must have had a little ankle sprain over there. But I don't know if we'll see him anymore. But certainly the big quarterback here from Union has kind of stepped in. That's Jake Meters, and he's done a nice job and kept this offense moving. But a big point in the game right here. Like to see the crowd get excited here. Fourth down, 7:22, down 1. Big play. They leave the big running back in the game for Union. That's big 34, James, big freshman out of Winterboro, Alabama. So we'll see what they do.
Yep, here we go. Metters, the quarterback, he's going to drop back to throw here on fourth down. Throws it over the middle of the field. Has a receiver, but it's dropped.
Yeah.
And Coach, that's going to be a turnover on down. It's going to be KCU football.
Yeah, he had Isaiah Johnson in the middle of that defense in the end zone for a touchdown and just threw it behind him.
Yep.
He also had the running back Johnson out in the flat for a touchdown too. Really had either one, but kind of didn't set his feet and delivered an inaccurate ball right there. And so KCU kind of gets away with it right there, and they get the stop and force that Union defense back out on the field, and so they'll hold on to the lead, but they've got the ball. As we said, if they don't get it, they're going to have the ball here on the 2-yard line coming out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Looks like Maxwell Ward out there. He's going to be in the pistol. Running back behind him is Gerald Daniels. He takes a snap, gives it to Daniels, who gets it out of the end zone, but I think it's going to be for a loss of maybe a yard. That Union defense knew what was coming, obviously running the play out of the end zone, and kind of collapsed in there.
Yeah, LaRon Magashi up. They got LaRon Magashi in there right now. Big number 0 playing nose guard. LaRon is about 6'5" or 6'6", 435 pounds. Yep, 435. So not a lot of that guy can eat up both A gaps at the same time.
Yeah, and he's trying to do just that as Ward takes the ball and throws it over into the flats, and Coach, it's caught for a pickup of maybe 3-4 yards. I'm trying to see who the receiver is out that way. I can't get a number. Nonetheless, I pick up a 5 yards, so 3rd down and 5 now from the 8 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, so kind of a big 3rd down here, able just kind of a little sprint right, throw right there, just a little option route, and they turn it out to the boundary there, and so they're able to pick up a few yards, give themselves just a little bit of breathing room as they come in here. 3rd down, the KCU Knights 0 of 5 on 3rd down so far today.
Fake handoff and a toss and catch there. The catch is made by Taylin Rucker Daly. Just downfield, just enough for a 1st down KCU. So a little breathing room here for the Knights, and they're able to kind of open up what they can do offensively here, getting it out of the end zone.
Yeah, a great time to pick up their first down, the first 3rd down conversion of the game right there to kind of get that thing out to the 15-yard line and give them a few more options here as they try to work the ball down here the field with 6:20 left in the quarter.
They're now 1 of 6 on 3rd down. Ward takes a snap, throws it into the flats, and it's going to be caught this time by Tay Anderson. He makes a move, sheds off a tackler, and picks up 8 or 9 yards here on 1st down. Even more breathing room.
Yeah, Alex Farlar there on the coverage, and kind of just got him singled up there out there. And you always like those single kind of coverage, soft coverage right there. So Rucker able to just take a few steps and catch a hitch route right there and give him, like I said, a little more room.
Absolutely. 2nd down, 1 yard to go here for KCU. As 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A fake handoff, and Ward's looking downfield. He's got a man. Ball just off the mark. The intended receiver there was V.T. Taylor, the senior wide receiver. And Coach, the throw was just off.
Yeah, just Isaiah Osborne on the coverage there. The safety kind of got turned around, and V.T., that was V.T., right? On the
V.T. Taylor.
Yeah, V.T. Taylor, their intended receiver, had him beat, kind of turned him around, and Maxwell just overshot him a little bit. But that's a great time, 2nd down and short. That's a great time to take a shot.
Yep.
Because you feel like you can come back and get it here on 3rd and short. So well worth kind of loosening that Union defense up a little bit, and that'll make the safeties take a step back.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back to the right of Ward is Daniels, who gets the handoff. And he's going to bring it out to the 25-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down. He's hit, tried to bounce it outside, but he was hit. And I'm waiting on a signal here. They're signaling for the clock to move.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, 43, Austin Lewis there, the sophomore linebacker, 185 pounds out of Corbin, Kentucky, up to make that stop. But
a hometown boy for Union.
Yeah,
that's what
close
Union,
by.
Yeah.
So just barely enough though for the 1st down. As a very nice run there by Gerald. Really wasn't a lot of room, and he kind of bounced it outside and made something out of it.
Ward on first down now, 3 receivers to his left. He's going to hand it off out of the backfield. The man getting the handoff, that's Terrence Carter, who gets it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses a yard or so, so it's going to be second down at about 11.
Tremonte Gardner there coming up from his outside linebacker, kind of, they probably have him listed as a strong safety, plays down close to the line of scrimmage a lot, and actually he's playing outside linebacker right here and makes the tackle for loss for Union.
Second down, 11 yards to go here, 4:24 on the clock. It's 7-6 KCU leads, and looking to put some more points on the board here before the half. Ward takes the snap, drops back, looking downfield, has a receiver, and it's caught over on the KCU sideline, and off to the races is number 1, and that's a big-time first down, Coach.
Yeah.
Big-time first down for the Knights.
DT Gideon on the reception right there. A long route. It took a long time for that route to kind of develop. The KCU O-line holds up and gives Maxwell some time, and a long throw on the outcut, about a 15 or 16-yard outcut over on the left side, but it put it right on the numbers, and then DT able to turn it up and get a few more yards after that.
Here we go, first down, 10 yards to go from the Union 35-yard line. Max Ward takes a snap, looking downfield to throw. Got another open receiver, same guy, number 1. He's going to make a move, shake off a defender, gets it down inside the 10-yard line, and that's going to be another first down by KCU.
Yeah, I think I misidentified.
Well, we don't have a number 1 on our roster they gave us, but according to the roster online, Jalen Williams.
Okay.
But I don't know that that's the right name either.
Okay.
Nonetheless, a big-time reception here, and KCU down inside the 10-yard line now.
Yeah, a couple of nice big throws and catches there. We'll go ahead and say that's Jalen Williams, and a couple really nice hookup from those two guys.
I think that's DT Gideon, Coach. Ward under pressure. He's going to shake it off and gets it down around the 5-yard line. I'm looking at the live stats here. They say that's DT Gideon, but he's listed as number 2 on our roster. So,
well, I was right the first time.
Hey, good job, DT, and sorry about the confusion.
Yeah.
Down to almost right at 3 minutes to go before the half, 7-6, but KCU on the move offensively. And, Coach, how big would a touchdown be here going? I mean, they've got the lead, but how big would it be to add on 6 more?
Absolutely, especially coming off your own goal line here. We're talking about, if they can get in the end zone here, completing a 98-yard drive just before the half to increase your lead, that'd be huge.
Jet motion, Ward fakes a handoff, and he tries to throw it into the end zone, but his pass is knocked away. A heads-up play there by a couple of defenders. I think, was it Davon Moore that got a hand on it there?
Yeah, that was big Davon Moore.
Yeah.
Kind of a slow developing play in the backfield. They faked the jet, then they faked the misdirection to the running back, and Maxwell tries to pull it and throw it, but by that time Davon was applying some pressure. Senior defensive end out of Lexington, Kentucky, gets his hands up and knocks that thing down. So
he's another Bryan Station guy.
Another Bryan Station kid, yeah. So this will bring up a third down, and so far today, KCU only successful on 2 out of 7 third downs, but they need this one.
Here we go on third down. Ward takes a snap. He's going to throw it in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown KCU. A big reception there by V.T. Taylor. Puts 6 more on the board for KCU.
Yeah, that was easy money right there.
Yes, sir.
He just set him up with a nice little inside glancer or a little inside slant route there, and Maxwell delivered on the numbers, and that looked almost like routes on air right there.
Yeah, buddy.
The receiver did a nice job of creating some space and made it an easy throw for Maxwell. Nice call by the offensive staff there, and we're going to get the muddle huddle, and they snap it to. Is that number 8?
I think it's Tyler Hoss,
Yeah, they snap it to Tyler Hoss, but it's an unsuccessful try there on the 2-point conversion, and so that's kind of a read play where they think if they've got the numbers, they can go ahead and sneak it in and get an extra point. But
and Coach, there was a flag on the play there too afterwards.
Unsuccessful. Then some pushing and shoving afterwards, and I don't know if who they're going to get. They may end up going with offsetting, but we'll see. Just some guys getting a little bit chippy out there.
2:34 on the clock. We're going to go ahead and step out, take a break, and when we return, we'll be back for a little bit. We've still got a little ways to go here in the first half. 13-6 is your score. KCU leads. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And we're back here in Grayson, Kentucky. So, Coach had offsetting penalties there on the two-point conversion attempt.
Yeah, pushing and shoving there a little bit. Nothing to get too excited about. They get both a KCU guy and a Union guy there, but both of those penalties offset. No harm, no foul really there. So they'll be kicking off from the 35-yard line. But the important thing is there to make a 98-yard drive right here just before the half to take a 13-6 lead. Don't get the two-point conversion there on the muddle huddle, but I'm sure KCU glad to get that in there. Really a nice drive, an excellent drive, 98 yards.
Absolutely. Paul Rodriguez out. He drops it inside the 10, right around the 5-yard line. That's where it's caught by Damari Owens, and a great pursuit there by the kickoff team. Pins him inside the 15-yard line. So about 85 yards to go here for Union in 2 minutes, 28 seconds if they want to get points on the board.
Yeah, and we'll be really interested to see who they trot out at quarterback here, whether they go with the starter Myron Norfleet or whether it's Jake Metters.
I don't see Norfleet over there anywhere on the around the trainers. So
yeah, but it looks like it is going to be Metters coming out to play quarterback.
I think you're right. So 2:28 on the clock here in quarter number 2. KCU with a 13-6 lead, and Union going to do their best to tie it up here. 7 points would tie it for the Bulldogs, but KCU going to do their best to make that not happen. So here we go as junior quarterback Jake Metters on the field. He's going to take the snap out of the gun, looking downfield, throws it, and I believe that's going to be caught by junior wide receiver Zach Young on a slant route over on the left side, pickup of about 5 yards.
Yeah, so a good start. First play, pick up 4 or 5 yards, get comfortable. I'm sure the quarterback trying to still get a little bit comfortable here on his second drive after entering the game kind of surprisingly there on the last drive. So good start on first down.
Yes, sir. On second down, it's going to be a handoff out of the backfield, and his helmet comes off. I'm trying to figure out who that is. I believe that's Tajee Jackson there, the running back, but his helmet knocked off in the pile.
Yeah, not a lot of room to run over there. That might have been Shamar Sparks on the initial stop for KCU. Kind of hard to tell. There were so many gray shirts in on that tackle.
Yeah.
Really
which is a good problem to have.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see Big Shamar in there playing on that inside defensive line, and so
a 3-yard pickup there, and to make it 3rd and 1 here for KCU or for Union. Excuse me. Yeah. KCU defense looking to get a big stop here as Metters takes the snap. He sprints out to his right. He's going to air it out downfield, and some contact made there. Nothing blatant, no flag thrown. Timing was off, and the ball way overthrown, makes it 4th down.
Yeah, kind of surprising there on 3rd down and short.
Yeah.
You know, they've been very successful on 3rd down today. They were 5 of 6 going into that attempt right there, and for them to take a shot play down the field there is a little bit surprising. So after that, you figure they might give that to one of their good running backs and see if they can pick that up. But they decide to go down the field and incomplete, and that's going to put the punt team out on the field.
Back deep to return for KCU is our man Richmond Sims. And looks like put punter there, Coach, is Jake Metters.
Yep.
A high snap. Luckily, he's 6'6", but the punt is blocked, and it's going to be KCU football inside the Union 10-yard line. Wow, 2 defenders got back there, and that's a big deal for KCU.
Yeah, that looked like C.J. Cutliff taking advantage of the high, long snap. Union having a hard time getting the personnel out on the field, and the high snap makes the punt take a little bit too long, and Cutliff able to get the block, and Metters gets it back on it. Right, they couldn't advance that ball there, but that's going to set up the KCU offense inside the 10-yard line.
If Metters wasn't 6'6", that was over his head, no question about it.
Yep.
But a great job there by KCU, sets him up with 1st and goal from the 7-yard line, and that's where the KCU offense, led by quarterback Maxwell Ward, will take over. And here we go. Ward takes a snap, a fake handoff and a rollout to the left from Ward. He throws it into the end zone, incomplete, to make it 2nd down.
Yeah, a little bootleg play there from KCU. Try to get Maxwell out on the right edge a little bit, but number 30, Andre Johnson, not going to have anything to do with it there. He's listed on our Union roster as a running back, but he's obviously playing some defense today and able to apply a little pressure there and force Maxwell to throw it away.
Yes, sir. Makes it 2nd down, 7 yards to go here. Minute 13 seconds before the half. And KCU up by 1 score here with a chance to make it 2 scores going into the half. And we got some confusion down there on the field.
It looks like they want to reset the clock.
That's what I'm thinking, that there's no penalty flag or anything like that. I think they're wanting a minute and
30 seconds back on the clock. Yeah, I think the clock continued to run a little bit after that incomplete pass. So
there we go. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go before the half now. And here we go. Maxwell Ward with a running back to his left. That's Gerald Daniels. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. And a handoff goes to Daniels, who tries to get it over to his left. Gets it up almost to the 5-yard line, maybe to the 6. But a pickup of 1 is not enough for a 1st down or a touchdown in this case, making it 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, a whole host of Union defenders all over that. And so tough sledding right there, nowhere to go. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 7. We'll see what the KCU offense and Jake Russell and Max able to put together here. They've got single coverage out here on the left wide out. That's number 14, VT Taylor. We'll see if they're able to go to him here.
A toss and catch, and not enough for a 1st down. He's going to be brought out of bounds at the 1-yard line there. The catch made by
number 1.
That's D.T. Gideon, listed at number 2, but he's number 1 on his jersey and number 1 in our hearts. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, a great catch by him. He gets it down inside the 1-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1.
Yeah, I mean, they send in their heavy package, extra offensive lineman, and that's going to force a timeout from Union as they weren't prepared for that personnel package.
We'll keep it right here with 44 seconds left to go before halftime. KCU leads 13-6 on Senior Day over the Union Bulldogs, with a chance here on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, with a chance to make it a bigger lead than that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how the two games kind of parallel each other. We talk about the first game, the first time these two met a little bit, and Union had the ball down on the goal line, looked like they were going to score, and fumbled the ball.
That's right.
And KCU gets on it, then takes it down to score to start an avalanche of scoring in that game. And so in this game, it's not a fumble, but it's a turnover on downs on the 2-yard line that ends up ending up in a 98-yard touchdown drive for the Knights. And then on the very following possession, the Knights block a punt and get the ball inside the 10-yard line. And so we'll see if they can finish off that drive. They've got it down here 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. And they bring in their heavy package, only a single receiver in the game, an extra lineman.
Ward takes it himself, sidesteps to the left. Is it a touchdown? I don't see a signal
yet.
It's going to be, there it is. Touchdown KCU. Almost said Tyler Haas. That was Maxwell Ward.
No, I think you're right.
Well, okay. It was number 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Maxwell, the starting quarterback, well, not tonight, but he's the typical starter. Tyler Haas tends to come on in running situations, and there was one. and took full advantage of it, Coach.
Yeah, they often do that. They like to put him in there on those goal line situations, little wildcat, maybe they might call it the wild night package, and able to convert there on 4th down and short.
And the PAT is up, and it's good. That makes it 20-6 now. KCU leads with 40 seconds to go before the half. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Lead now for KCU, 20-6 here, Coach, with 40 seconds to go before the half. The KCU offense kind of slow starting there in the second quarter, but points on the board. Sorry.
That's right. They finally punch it in there with 2:34 left in the second. Turn around, block a punt, and get another touchdown with 40 seconds left in the second half. So 2 touchdowns here, both inside of 3 minutes to go in the half. As kind of got the score, kind of gave them a little bit of breathing room. And you don't want to let a team that you think you should beat kind of hang around. And so they kind of have played a little better here in the second quarter and have got it out to a 20-6 lead.
Rodriguez kick is going to land inside the 20-yard, right about the 20-yard line, and go out of bounds. So that automatically means that Union will start at their own 35. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, they'll be able to take that.
If they take the
that's
yeah,
right. They'll
yeah.
have their choice of taking that, or they might ask them to re-kick. We'll see what they'll have their choice. It just depends on what they want to do.
Good atmosphere here in Grayson today for Senior Day. I tell you, we've said it a couple times, a big crowd on hand. I think this might be the biggest crowd that I've seen here in Grayson, and KCU with a 2-score lead here against the AAC opponent, the Union Bulldogs. Good day for some college football, man.
Absolutely. Meters back in at quarterback, staying in at quarterback. I see Myron Norfleet over there on the sideline without his helmet, so that's not a good sign for them. He was off to a very hot start. He was 9 of 11 for 60 yards before he got injured, and since Meters has come in the game, he's only 2 of 6.
And on first down, it's going to be a handoff left side, and it's going to go to Jashlyn James, who gets it over to that sideline, picks up about 11 yards. He did go out of bounds, so the clock is going to stop at 30.2 seconds here. And
the KCU defense going to be willing to give up a few yards here to keep from having the big play, kind of force them. Not going to let anything in behind them here.
Metter steps back to pass, finds his man in the middle of the field. That's number 2, Tony Norman, who gets it down around the 31-yard line. So Union making it interesting here with 16.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, Metters with a lot of heat on that ball. Threw a nice in cut right there, a dig route, a 6 route, and Norman hit him right in the 2 and quickly back up on the ball.
One timeout left for Union. Metters throws it over into the flats, and that one's going to be dropped. He threw it to big running back, number 34, Jashlyn James. And I do see a flag over here around the football, around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's in the neighborhood of holding normally.
Uh-huh. And you called that one correct. It is going to be a hold against Union, so that'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul and make it second down here with 6.4 seconds to go. As I mentioned, Union with one timeout left here in the first half, but 6.4 seconds on the clock, presumably one play left as well. wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it'd be hard to get 2 plays off here, and I says they'd probably just go with some sort of Hail Mary here. You got KCU's defensive backs. They've got 4 defensive backs all the way backed up around the 20-yard line. So pretty much all you can do is kind of heave this thing into the end zone, try to give Metters a little bit of time, and take a shot deep into the end zone.
I think that's what we're going to see here. Metters drops back. He's under some pressure. Coach, he's going to be sacked in the backfield here. Great pressure there from KCU, and that's going to end half number 1. And your score going into halftime, Kentucky Christian University 20 and Union 6. Coach, who was that? Before we go to break, who was that on the tackle?
Jalen Muhammad looks like he's going to get credit for that sack.
Yep. So your score at halftime, KCU 20, Union 6. We're going to step out, and we'll be back for the halftime show on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
And welcome back to Grayson, Kentucky for the halftime show here. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. 20-6 your score here at the half. The scoring summary looks something like this. The first score of the game came in quarter number 1. It was a 14-yard touchdown run by Cameron Arthur for Kentucky Christian University, and a Paul Rodriguez PAT that made it 7-0. Then that was the only score in the first quarter, so at the end of one, it was 7-0. Then in the second quarter, Union with the answer first. They put points on the board with 14:21 on the clock. A Myron Norfleet touchdown pass to Tony Norman from 8 yards out, and a blocked PAT made it 7-6. And KCU offensively didn't do much until later on in the second quarter, at least on the scoreboard they didn't. 2:34 before the half, 6-yard touchdown pass from Maxwell Ward to VT Taylor, and a failed 2-point conversion made it 13-6. And then again, another KCU touchdown with 40 seconds before the half, a 1-yard touchdown run from Tyler Haas, and a Paul Rodriguez PAT made it 20-6. And that 1-yard touchdown run was set up after KCU took over first and goal from their own 7 after a blocked punt. So some definite positives here happening here in the first half. And we're going to step out, take another break. When we return, Coach Brent Terry will be on here, and he will have all kinds of stats and all kinds of analysis, so don't go away. We will be back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Make your everyday purchases faster, simpler, and more convenient with First National Bank's new contactless debit card, featuring a fresh new design and the ability to add your card to your phone's mobile wallet. Your debit card has never been more secure. Simply look for the contactless symbol at checkout, tap your contactless card, or hold your phone over the terminal and your payment is processed in seconds without your card number ever being exposed. Tap, pay, go. It's that easy with First National Bank. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And we're back here in Grayson, Kentucky. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along here at halftime. Your score, 20-6 on Senior Day. KCU leads the Union Bulldogs in AAC play here live from Grayson, Kentucky. And, Coach, let's take a look at some stats.
All right, so obviously the big stat is the homestanding Knights here are 20 and the Union Bulldogs 6. We go a little deeper. We look at the number of first downs here, about even. Union with 12 first downs so far in this game. Kentucky Christian with 10. Third down conversion rate. Union's been really good on third down. They're 5 out of 7, 71%. 0 of 1 on fourth down. KCU not quite as good, 3 of 9 on third down. However, they are 3 of 4 on third down for 75. On fourth down for 75%. So picking up some of those missed third downs on fourth downs. Total for the Kentucky Christian Knights, total yards, KCU leads 201 to 146, averaging 5.5 yards per play compared to 4.5 for the Union Bulldogs. Net yards passing, 163 yards for your Knights, 103 for the Union Bulldogs. 13 out of 20 so far for Kentucky Christian, 12 out of 18 for Union. We go down net yards rushing in the game so far. Not many for either team. 43 for Union, only 38 for Kentucky Christian. Both teams doing most of their damage through the air. Rushing attempts, 17 and 15 for Union. Both total return yards, not many for either team, only 11 and 9 for them respectively. So we go down to the individual statistics. Take a look at Union first. They've played 2 quarterbacks today. Myron Norfleet was off to a hot start for that Union offense, and they had him going. He was 9 of 11 for 60 yards and a touchdown before he had to exit the game with an apparent ankle injury. And we've seen him up and moving around on that sideline over there on the far side a little bit, but he has not had his helmet with him, so not sure whether we'll see him again in the second half. When he exited the game, Jake Metters came in, and he's 3 of 7 for 43 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions so far. Rushing, kind of been a combined effort from a couple of guys, James and Jackson. Jamil James and Taj Jackson both carried the ball 5 times, 29 yards for James and 13 for Jackson. Receiving yards, Tony Norman, 2 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Johnson, 3 for 26. Zach Young, 2 for 30. Damari Owens, 2 for 14. De'Aaron Robinson, 2 for 10 yards. Right, so that's kind of take a look at the individual statistics for KCU. if I can find them here. Here we go, Maxwell. Oh, that's. Here we go. Some statistics for Kentucky Christian, individual statistics. Maxwell Ward, who did not start the game today, but is 9 of 13 for 127 yards and 1 touchdown. Kajaka Sarvis, who started the game for the Knights here on senior day, 4 out of 7 for 36 yards. He led a nice opening touchdown drive and then gave way to Maxwell Ward. Maxwell also has a couple of rushing attempts for 9 yards. Sarvis also had a couple of rushing attempts for 15 yards. It's been Joshua Taylor, 3 for 19. So not a lot of rushing yards. Gerald Davis has 8 carries, but minus 5 yards for him. So not a lot of yards on the ground for the Knights. Most of their damage, again, done through the air. Receiving-wise, the ball's been spread around. We've got a bunch of receivers here who've all have 1 catch. That'd be V.T. Taylor, Richmond Sims, Josh Taylor, and Michael Shellman, all with a single catch. 6 yards for Taylor, 4 for Sims, 14 for Taylor, Shellman for 5, and Austin Mullins, your leading receiver. So check that. One of the leading receivers, 2 receivers with 3 catches. Austin Mullins, 3 for 39. And VT Gideon with 3 for 73 yards. So that's a look at the individual statistics. Again, the big statistic here on the scoreboard, it's KCU 20 and the Union Bulldogs 6. And so counting down here at halftime, and we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, I'll be joined back here by Chauncey Griffith as we get you through the halftime and get ready for the second half.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
And we're back in Grayson, Kentucky. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. Coach, 12 and a half minutes to go here at the half. Both teams still out in their locker rooms. Got a kicker out here, a couple of punter, things like that. But for the most part, head coaches in there with their teams. If you're Coach Russell right now with 20-6 lead, what are you telling your players?
Well, we're just going to kind of keep doing what we do. They've been able to move the ball offensively pretty well. Special teams have played well. So they're not going to make any big adjustments. They're just making sure they get their guys some rest, get everybody straightened out, make sure they've got any little adjustments they want to do, maybe talking about a few things in the run game that they can do to be able to run the ball a little better here in the second half. But pretty much they've been able to to move the ball at will in this game. Like I said, they've not been great on third down, but those third down conversions, they've went for 4 fourth downs and gotten 3 of them. So they're just going to kind of keep doing what they do. No big changes. Like I said, just get the guys a little rest, get them off their feet. The offensive staff will get together and put a few things that they like coming out here in the second half.
Sure.
We got a little bit of rain coming down, but that doesn't seem to be significant right now, so don't think that'll be any factor. But just to kind of keep going, doing what they do. No big changes for the Knights offensively. Defensively, they'll talk about a little bit, probably about the short passing game from Union, and I'm sure that they've got film on both quarterbacks. They'll talk about whether maybe have a little bit of a different plan if Myron Fleet is back in the game, which I don't think that he will be. I don't think we'll see him again in the second half, just from what we were looking at across the field earlier. So you'll have to I think that they want to pressure the quarterback that's in there now, Meters. He's a much bigger kid. He's much less threat to run. He does not seem to be a factor in the quarterback run game. So I suspect with the lead, you got Union's going to kind of be forced to throw the ball maybe a little more than they want to. So I wouldn't be surprised if the KCU staff decides to heat him up some. He's kind of a little bit of a statue back there. He doesn't run great, so they want to pressure him and make him uncomfortable, because he's already shown if you let him stand back there, he has a strong arm, and if you let him stand back there at 6'6", he's got good vision, and they can find some open receivers.
And he's not afraid to chuck one.
And he's not afraid to chuck it. Yeah. So I think that's what we'll see. Just if he's playing quarterback, you might see KCU kind of come with a little more pressure packages and play a little more man coverage, just to make sure that they're not giving Metters any time to throw the football.
Under 10 minutes to go now here at the half, and if I guess flipping the script, if you're Union, they're in a little bit different situation. That the first time these two teams played, they were shut out. They've put points on the board here, but they're down by, we'll say, at least 2 scores. It's 20-6. So if you're Union's coach, what are you telling your players right now?
Well, you got to kind of get them mentally up, because to come out and have some success that they did with Myron Fleet at quarterback, you feel like you're in the game, and so then he goes down, so you lose that after getting down, after the scoring drive. So then the new quarterback comes in the game, and then you end up going down 20-6. You have a punt block, so mentally you just got to get those guys ready to play.
Right.
It's very tough. They haven't won a game all year, and I'm sure this is a game they looked at as, hey, if we play well, if we do a lot of things, if we can keep from turning the ball over, we might have a chance to go into KCU and get one, go into Grayson and get one, but they haven't been able to sustain really anything since Fleet went out of the game. So there's that kind of mental part of it, is can they get themselves back to playing hard and doing everything necessary. As we see them coming back on the field right now, and just to be honest, the body language is not great, a lot of walking around, some guys stretching out, but we see Myron Fleet walking across the field and walking a little bit gingerly. He does have his helmet on, but he's not warming up, doesn't seem to be getting together. I see Meddings over there on the sideline. Looks like he is warming up, taking a few snaps though, and so I suspect we'll see him in the second half. But you just got to find some way to keep playing hard, and maybe some good things happen for you if you're Union.
Yep, I'm with you, Coach. It looks like KCU players starting to make their way out too. I see the quarterbacks out, and I see Paul Rodriguez, the kicker, out. We're going to step out and take a break. And when we return, we've got a whole lot more football yet to come here on Senior Day from Kentucky Christian University as they lead the Union Bulldogs 20-6. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And we're back here in Grayson. The rain kind of slowing down a little bit, Coach, but you mentioned there it did start raining in the second quarter, and it's still raining, but not a hard rain, and I don't think that will really affect the gameplay much. I do want to mention, though, while we got just a second, the Good Cheer program every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the Cool Hits Gospel channel. That's when new episodes air. And then they also air on Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Cool Hits 105.7 FM in Ashland, and then again on the Gospel channel online at noon. All episodes available on demand at your convenience at CoolHits1057.com under podcasts and on the Cool Hits app for any device. And that's the program that I do on Cool Hits, interviewing someone new every week, and just try to tell some good stories, bring some good cheer, and share a little bit about Jesus in the process. This week, the guest was Mr. Jeff Irwin, the head man, the man in charge at Mantis Sports Media on social media. You can find him anywhere. Great guy and a believer in Christ and a good dude. I encourage you to check that one out, and look up the Good Cheer program on Facebook as well. And, Coach, both teams out on the field at this point. We've got about 4 minutes here on the clock, and looks like a little a difference in demeanor between the two teams.
Yeah, KCU out, guys getting warmed up, throwing around, a lot of smiles, a lot going on, getting ready. Over on the other side, not a lot of action, a lot of guys sitting over on the bench. So we'll see whether they can kind of get themselves mentally ready to go here in the second half. Just while we got a chance, just to kind of mention some of the things going on around college football. 4 games going on right now in the top 25. A little bit of a shocker maybe. Ohio State just scored to make it 21-7 late in the fourth quarter. Had been 14-7 for a long time, playing in a little bit of weather down there in Northwestern. Another game in the top 25, TCU, number 7, TCU leads Texas Tech 27-17. About 6 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And it's number 17, North Carolina, up 10, 31-21 on the Virginia Cavaliers. Number 19, Tulane, is up, has finished off Tulsa. That's gone final, 27-13. In the SEC right now, Kentucky with a 21-17 lead, 5:18 to go in the fourth quarter, and also another SEC game in the fourth quarter. The Florida Gators with a 34-24 lead over Texas A&M. Of course, the big game kicking off at 3:30 today in the SEC and really around the country, going to have college football playoff implications. Is number 1 Tennessee at number 3 Georgia. That'll be at 3:30 this afternoon, and then later tonight another big SEC game. Number 6 Alabama versus number 10 LSU. 2 games that are going to have a definite impact on the college football playoff. Locally, Marshall, Sun Belt Conference game going on right now down in Norfolk, Virginia. You got Marshall 6, Old Dominion 0, 6:37 to go in the second quarter of that game. And just kicked off with 13 minutes to go in the first quarter. Southern Miss and Georgia State, still no score, with several Sun Belt games later on in the afternoon and this evening. One Sun Belt game there on Thursday. Coastal Carolina at home took care of Appalachian State 35-28. So a lot of good college football going on across the country, a lot of good games tonight. But if you're listening to us, if you're tuned in on the Cool Hits channel, don't turn it off, right? Stay here.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good college football left here in Grayson, Kentucky.
That's right. Hey, speaking of that, we've got one more break to get in. We're going to step out and take that, and when we return, we'll have a whole lot more good football yet to come. So don't go way back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Back in Grayson, Kentucky, clock winded down here from half, and both teams making their way over to the sideline. Actually, it looks like the return team already out on the field for the Union Bulldogs, and Coach KCU making their way over to the sideline with a little pep in their step, ready to go for half number 2.
Yeah, they'd like to go ahead and jump on the Bulldogs, kind of why they've got them here. They're going to get the ball first. That defense, that KCU defense, anxious to get back out there on the field and get after them a little bit. I'm sure they had a little talk about the short passing game. We'll see if they make any adjustments to kind of control that. But really, since Myron Fleet's gone out of the game for Union, the offense has been a little bit stalled. It certainly hasn't been as sharp and as crisp as it was earlier in the game with Fleet in there. So they'll adjust the meetings and see what their plan is for that. But they've done a great job holding them to 6 points, which is really good. In college football, everybody seems to be pretty dynamic and a lot of scoring. So to hold them to 6 points, really over, they shut them out in the last game. So that's really just 6 points allowed in the last 6 quarters against this team. So that's outstanding defense from KCU. So the kickoff team out there, Paul Rodriguez has got it teed up. The whistle is blown, play clock's running, and so we're going to get the second half underway.
And here we go. That's something I would like to. You'll have to bring that up to Coach in the post game. The defensive play there. That's an interesting stat you just brought up. Paul Rodriguez with the kick. It's going to land inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line, and that's where it's going to stop. It didn't roll anywhere. It's picked up and brought out by Union. They get it out past the 15, around the 16, maybe 17-yard line. So you can't ask for much more than that from a kicker, wouldn't you say?
No, absolutely. Markel Robinson right there back deep really makes a poor decision. That ball hits on the 4 or 5-yard line. He lets it land, hoping that it'll go through the end zone. You just can't do that. If that ball is going to land in, you've got to catch the ball right there, because that thing hit and spun like a Tiger Woods wedge and stayed right there on the 5-yard line. And so then you're forced to pick it up, and you got really, by that time, you're lucky to get the ball out to the 15-yard line right there. So just a couple of freshmen back deep for them, and just really not a good decision. You got to field that football right there and have enough confidence to get it up in there.
The Union Bulldog offense out, and it looks like, Coach, we've got Myron Norfleet back out there leading the charge at quarterback after going out earlier on in the first half. He's going to step back to pass, connects with sophomore wide receiver Tony Norman out in the flats, but I think that might go down as a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, not a long pass there, just kind of short drop. Kicks it out there in the flat. A little bit inaccurate, forces Norman to go down and get it, and goes down on his own and really brings up 2nd and 10.
And a flag here as the ball snapped. Did you see what happened there, Coach?
Yeah, I think KCU jumped off sides there. They go long count and try to get a quick 5, and they do. So that'll put them at 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 10. KCU jumps off sides there, jumps into the neutral zone with contact, which kills the play. And so after no gain on first down, they still end up with a 2nd and 5.
So it's going to be 2nd down, 5 yards to go for Union from their own 21-yard line.
Interesting to see Myron back in the game, Norfleet back in the game. That'll give Union some hope, as he was very effective before he went out of the game.
Sure. A handoff up the middle. It goes to Jashlyn James, and he gets enough for a first down, picks up about 6 yards, and looks like the chains are going to be moving.
Yeah, the hard running James right there, little inside zone run play, and picks up enough for that first down. A few substitutions in for KCU's. They go back to their base package here on first down.
First down, 10 yards to go here for the Bulldogs from their own 27-yard line. As we mentioned, Myron Norfleet back at quarterback. We've got a wing back in the game now. He goes to the right-hand side, and Norfleet throws it out in the flats off the intended receiver, who was wide open. But it falls incomplete out of bounds. Junior wide receiver Zach Young there just not able to catch that one.
Yeah, had it right where he wanted it, just kind of turned his head to get upfield, but thought he had a little running room there, and just a classic example of not seeing the ball into your hands.
That's
and turns
right.
his head a little early and doesn't complete the catch before he's ready to run. And a nice throw from Norfleet, but goes for naught. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yes, sir. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A running back to the right of Myron Norfleet. One of the receivers goes in motion from left to right, but a handoff out of the backfield. It goes to Jashlyn James, who's trying to get outside over toward that Union sideline, and he's going to pick up a couple before being brought down. That'll make it 3rd down and about 7 or 8 yards to go.
Yeah, that looked like Xavier Sparrow over there with the tackle, playing some cornerback, able to cut down James, a much bigger running back, but he goes low on him and cuts him down. And a really nice open field tackle there by Sparrow.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right for Union. KCU shows blitz pre-snap, but they back off, and a pass incomplete. Over to the left-hand side. That's Tony Norman, the intended receiver, and tried to catch a bullet, but not able to do so.
Yeah, a little
got 4th down.
Yeah, a little shallow cross route there from Norman there from right to left, and Myron just a little bit inaccurate, kind of throws it on his back shoulder there, and couldn't kind of spin around and make the catch. So the last time we saw the punting unit out here for Union, it didn't go so
That's
well.
Right.
So you see they got looks like they've got 9 guys, 8 guys up on the line to bring it here.
Looks like Richmond Sims back deep to return for KCU. The punt is up. Not a really long punt, but a high punt. Sims catches it, doesn't signal for a fair catch, and he's hit hard right about the KCU 40-yard line, but he pops right back up. He's a tough kid. We've talked about that. The tackle there made by Marshall Metton, and he came in there full speed.
Yeah, Metton coming down unblocked on the coverage team right there, and never slowed up, and made a big hit there on Sims. And we said earlier, not short on guts.
No, sir.
That takes a lot of guts to go ahead and field that ball right there.
That's right.
Yeah, and you don't want to let that thing hit on the turf. It can bounce for 15 or 20 yards and give up a lot of field position. So anyway, he sets up KCU with nice field position here.
1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. That's where they take over. And it looks like Sarvis back in handling quarterback duties. Calls 1 receiver in motion. That's Richmond Sims, and we've got a false start against KCU. So that'll back them up 5 yards and make it first down and 15 yards to go for the Knights.
Yeah, musical quarterbacks here today.
Yeah,
We got two guys playing in and out for the Union Bulldogs, and now Sarvis gets a chance to start the game and now start the second half for KCU Knights. And Sarvis was very effective when he was in there a little bit earlier in the game. So he's done a good job, so he gets a chance to lead the offense here in the second half also.
2 receivers both ways, both pulled in tight, a bunch formation as Sarvis takes it, drops back, kind of sprints out, and he's going to air it out downfield, and he's going to throw it into the hands of a defender. That's Isaiah Osborne, who brings it back across the 50-yard line and out of bounds at about the 47, but flags flying everywhere.
Yeah, it's just kind of an ill-advised throw there from Sarvis. Just kind of rears back and chucks that thing down the middle of the field. But had number 29, Isaiah Osborne out of Knoxville, Tennessee, playing deep free safety right there. And he was just a center fielder back there, sitting back there on a pop fly.
That's right.
And hauled that thing in, brought it down the right sideline there, the far sideline on the Union. A couple penalty flags down. We might have an illegal block on the return, which might cost Union some yardage. Not sure.
Waiting to get a call here as both teams make their way back over to their respective sidelines. Not what I expected.
Yeah. 2 penalties.
Go ahead there, Coach.
All right, so we got a holding on KCU there that was declined, a holding before the throw on one of the interior linemen there that appeared that penalty will be declined. However, on the return, we had a head-to-head block, a targeting situation there on one of the blocks on Union. And we're not getting a number because the official is not mic'd up, but that's going to cost Union 15 yards of field position on that blind side head-to-head block.
That'll bring them back over to their own 40-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They had really good field position, still pretty decent field position here, especially given the turnover and all that. And they're looking to get some points on the board quick.
Yeah, so gives that offense a chance again. Myron Norfleet back out in the behind center, playing quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Here we go. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. It's going to go to Jashlyn James. He tries to make some moves, make something happen there. Good angles, good pursuit by the KCU defense after a pickup of 2 yards on first down for Jashlyn James.
Yeah, not a lot of room to run up there. And just kind of an observation, Myron Norfleet is not exactly the same guy he was earlier in this game.
I agree.
He's very tentative on that ankle and doesn't appear to be a threat to run with the ball in those read plays like he was earlier in the game. So he's not moving around as well as he was earlier, but able to kind of sit in the pocket and still throw the football, though.
And that's what he's going to do here on second down. He drops back, and he's hit as he throws, almost intercepted. The throw was off the mark. He was trying to get it over there to his receiver. I believe that's I don't see that. No, I don't guess it is. That would be Shedrick Smith. Nope, Shedrick Smith plays for KCU. That would be Isaiah Johnson. How about that one?
There we go.
And but the throw was too low. He was hit as he was throwing and almost picked off.
Yeah. So pressure there, though, from that KCU D-line, able to kind of force that inaccurate throw from Norfleet.
Third down and 8 yards to go now for the Bulldogs as Norfleet drops back, and he's hit in the backfield for a big tackle for a loss there. A huge sack there from linebacker Justin Lewis, freshman linebacker Justin Lewis, a 5'11", 215-pound freshman who came up big there.
Yeah, beat the block from the left tackle right there, came around left edge, and again we said Norfleet not really able to use his feet for much escape, and so he wrapped him up pretty quickly there, and the big sack sets Union back and will force another punt, which is always a little scary from Union here from their perspective.
It's going to be fourth down and 17 yards to go here, and we do see the punt team on a low snap, but he gets the punt off, crosses midfield, lands about the 44-yard line, and it's going to take a Union bounce, and it's picked up by Richmond Sims, who's got some room to run. Unbelievable. He's going to get it up to midfield, and that goes back to what you and I have both said multiple times about Richmond Sims. The dude he don't care to get in there and mix it up.
No, absolutely not. So a lot of times you see that ball kind of bouncing around. Everybody just gets away from it, and that's kind of what
he practiced the old scoop and score drill.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Union just kind of letting that ball roll around, and Richmond jumps right in there, scoops it up, and picks up about an extra 10 yards for the Knights offense right there. So as we look back, Sarvis started the half at quarterback, but we'll go, throws the interception, and it's back to Maxwell Ward behind center for the Knights.
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. He's going to hand it off in the backfield to Gerald Daniels, who tries to bounce it outside after some contact and picks up a yard, but that's all. 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Yeah, number 10, Tremonte Gardner in there to wrap him up. A couple of guys had a shot at him in the backfield, but he made it through that, but not by Gardner, as he's able to wrap him up for a short gain.
So 2nd down, 9 yards to go, and clock's still rolling. We're down to about 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. KCU still with a 20-6 lead. And Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, with a running back offset to his right. That is Gerald Daniels. Fakes a handoff, throws it downfield and falls incomplete. He had a guy wide open there, but he might have just kind of overthrown him, Coach. That was Taylin Rucker Daly in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Adam Cheney, though, applying the pressure. Hadn't seen a lot of pressure on the KCU quarterback tonight, but he was in there. Very quick sophomore linebacker out of Saraland, Alabama, and forced that incompletion there and put a big hit on Maxwell. So he's Maxwell Ward feeling that one a little bit.
Absolutely. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Ward in there directing a little traffic pre-snap. We've got 2 backs in the backfield. Nope, make that 1. Looks like K-Ron Taylor's going to go out there and be the 3rd receiver to the left side. So 3 that way, 1 to the right. Ball's on the right hash. Ward takes a snap, looks downfield, and throws it out of bounds, incomplete. That makes it 4th down and 9 yards to go here from the Union 49-yard line. And I see personnel change. It looks like we're going to have a punt.
Yeah, I think that's going to kind of force the punt. Defense is playing well. No reason to put them in a bad situation. That's going to make KCU 3 out of 10 on 3rd down now. Not able to do much. We're missing a guy, missing one of the personal protectors on the punt team there, but we'll get that taken care of. We've got everybody out there now.
Yes, sir. The snap and the kick. It's a line drive punt. It's going to fall inside the 20-yard line and take a KCU bounce. And it's fielded there, and off to the races is number 13. That's Taryn Cox. He's trying to get over to that sideline, able to do so. So he fields it inside the 10, gets it all the way out to almost the 40-yard line. So around a 30-yard return there. And that's something you mentioned at halftime, Coach, when you were talking about the stats that stood out to me. Neither team really, I think one team had like 9, one had 15 total return yards.
Yep.
So that was a big deal right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, again, that ball kind of bouncing around a little bit, and the guy not afraid to take a chance right there on picking it up. That was Taryn Cox, and he was just kind of like the heck with it. I'm going to pick this thing up on the bounce and see what I can do. Our offense can't take it. We don't need to be stuck inside the 10-yard line right here. And so he took it down that right side and got it out to the 39.
1st down and 10. Norfleet hands it off up the middle, and dragging the pile with him is running back. I'm trying to get the number. That's 32. That's Quintavious Hayes. Not seen him run it much, but a little bit different style running back than Jashlyn James. And Coach, a lot of the KCU sideline over here kind of upset. Can you tell everybody why?
Yeah, well, one of the Union, the left tackle from Union, number 74, that's Michael Thomas. He took off the pull right there, and there wasn't a flag, and he stopped and got reset.
Yeah,
and,
they were trying the whole hurry-up offense.
Everybody was having a fit, and, he was a little bit out in front of that hurry-up offense, and nobody threw a flag. Neither line judge threw a flag, and finally the white hat said, well, if you guys aren't going to do it, I will. And so after some complaining on that KCU sideline, they get the flag and back them up a little bit.
We go from 2nd and 7, 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7. A handoff on 2nd down and 7 yards. It's going to go back to Hayes, and he fights forward for another 2, maybe 2 yards, making it 3rd down and about 4. for the Bulldogs.
Yep, a little more commitment to running the football. Looks like here in the second half for Union.
I think so.
Yeah, they're trying to run the ball a little bit more, but that's going to set up another third down. They're ninth. This will be their 10th third down of the game. They're 5 of 9 so far. They started off hot. I think they were 5 of 6 at one time, but 5 out of 9 now, and so a chance to get off the field again here for the Knights.
Here we go. Norfleet takes it. He's going to throw it downfield over into the flats toward the Union sideline, and it's caught by Tony Norman, the sophomore wide receiver. He caught it on his knees, but it was a catch, no doubt about it. But I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Well, I think we got a flag in the backfield here.
Okay. I didn't see it. Yeah,
I think we might have a roughing the passer situation.
Waiting to get a call.
Personal foul. Yep.
There you go, roughing the passer on KCU. So that'll be an automatic first down for the Union Bulldogs anyway. And that's going to be a big change in field position here as we're going all the way down. It looks like inside the 20-yard line. No, inside. No. We're right around the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. That's where Union will take over 1st and 10.
Yep.
Now, he caught it on his knees. He wasn't out of bounds, so the clock's still rolling down to 8:20 in the third quarter. And here we go. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Norfleet takes the pass or takes a snap. His pass was almost knocked away, but it is caught, and it was caught by De'Aaron Robertson for his first catch of the ball game. He runs it all the way down the sideline inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, just a little flick screen right there. They kind of catch Robinson uncovered, and he just takes that thing and flicks it to him there in the slot and lets him make something of it. And his hot hand continues. Myron Norfleet now 11 out of 16 for 69 yards.
Yeah.
Again, not forcing the ball down the field, just kind of taking what's there and able to keep the chains moving.
Not inside the 10, inside the 15. That's where they'll take over. And Norfleet's pass almost knocked away. He tried to force one in there back over to Norman right about the goal line. But there was coverage there and good coverage at that.
Yeah, hard to tell who. I couldn't quite get the number on who was in on the coverage over there, but a nice cover from the left corner over there and able to get up and get a pass break up there as that's wasn't a long throw, about 15 yards, but that's kind of pushing the ball down the field for Union. They haven't shown a lot of that. So 2nd down and 10, just inside the 15.
3 receivers to the left for Norfleet. He's looking into the end zone. He's got one wide open, but he overthrows his target. Incomplete. That was number 27. Either Markle Robinson or Brandon Smith. Don't know which one. No information. We know they're both wearing 27 for Union. Nonetheless,
whichever one it was, he was wide open.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I was getting at.
A little bit of a blown coverage there. Inside slot, ran a little 7 routes. They brought the outside receiver in on a little switch release, and he was headed to the corner, and nobody went with him, and Norfleet just overshot him right there. That was 6 for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd and 10 here from the 14 to 15-yard line. A handoff up the middle. It's going to go this time. And with some room to run is Quintavious Hayes, who's hit hard right around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Hayes and Josiah Price. Big collision coming out of that secondary right there. Price, a junior DB, 5'11", 185 pound, and those two guys had a big collision right there on about the 5-yard line, and they both went flying. But that was a gutsy play there out of the secondary to get him stopped, because he was headed for a touchdown right there, if not stopped by Mr. Price.
That's right. It's going to be 4th down, Coach, 4th and 1, and we've got a timeout here with 7:37 on the clock. Obviously, timeout taken by Union here, trying to get their ducks in a row on 4th down.
No reason to kick a field goal right here. Absolutely no reason.
What do you expect here?
You got 4th down and 1.
Yep.
The last time they got in a 4th and short situation, Meddings was in the game. They kind of took a shot down the field, if you remember. So a little bit different situation inside the 10-yard line here. I suspect we'll see what running back they put in the game there, but I would not be surprised if they run some sort of power play here, just trying to get up. They might run some sort of RPO also. They trust Myron Norfleet to kind of handle that ball and
Sure.
see what's going on. So we'll see. But I suspect they're going to try to. They've had some success run the ball off, kind of in the middle, maybe off the right side a little bit. So we'll see what they do here. It's sort of a long one. They've got it marked as 4th and 1, but it's 1.5. It might even be 4th and 2. So 2 receivers left, H-back in the game, and a running back offset left.
Norfleet's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. And reaching the first down is Quintavious Hayes. Gets it inside the 5-yard line. Down around the 1-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, Hayes, only with his second carry, but they've got a bevy of nice-looking running backs back there. And another nice run. So they're right back up on the ball quick. Same play.
And that one sniffed out in the backfield.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Justin Lewis in there, the freshman linebacker. He knew that was coming and made him pay for it.
Absolutely. Man, he just came flying off the edge right there and wrapped up Quintavious Hayes, and that'll set the ball back a little bit to about the 3-yard line. And just a really nice play by Lewis there. He came flying in untouched. And,
yeah, buddy.
Never stopped when he got to the ball carrier there. Ran his feet right through that tackle.
I'm a fan of those KCU linebackers.
Yeah.
Down under 7 minutes to go here. It's 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. As the receiver goes in motion from left to right, a fake handoff and a pass into the end zone falls incomplete. He tried to force one in there. I think the intended receiver there was Zach Young, but good pass coverage and a throw a little bit low. It's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, they tried to fake that inside run that they had success for there on first down, and then hit the glancer in behind it, bring the linebacker, make the linebacker commit, then hit the glancer right in behind it. But well played by the corner over there. Again, very difficult to see the number of the KCU defender over there. I'm not sure who that is on the coverage right there, but well played nonetheless as he gets a hand in there maybe and knocks that away. So 3rd and 3. We'll see how they handle this.
Here we go. The snap and the handoff. This time a new running back is Jashlyn James. He falls forward, and I do see a signal for touchdown. I wasn't for sure yet, but it is a touchdown for the Union Bulldogs. That makes it 20-12, and that big body Jashlyn James just fell forward into the end zone.
Yeah, same exact play that they ran there on first down in order to kind of get it down there that they had success with. They faked the jet sweep from number 17, Damari Owens, kind of a little bit of eye candy, kind of get the linebackers moving a little bit, but big number 34 right there. Jashlyn James slams it up in there and is able to fall forward, and Union going to go for 2, kind of in a compressed trips formation.
Here we go. Norfleet takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's going to sprint out to his left, throws it into the end zone, incomplete. I saw what he saw, and he did have a window of opening there, trying to get it out there to De'Aaron Robinson, but not able to connect. So, Coach, with 6:41 to go here in quarter number 3, your score, KCU 20, Union 12. We'll be back right after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
And we're back here in Grayson. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. KCU leads 20-12 after a 3-yard touchdown run for Union's Jashlyn James, putting them within 8 points. The kickoff here is caught by Richmond Sims, and he's off to the races. He crosses the 30, the 35, and he had a window. He found it, took it, and a decent return there.
Yeah, important drive coming up here for KCU. That last scoring drive from Union, 11 plays, covered 61 yards, and found pay dirt and gives some life to that Union Bulldog, kind of a little more pep in their step.
That's right.
Their leader, kind of Myron Fleet, back in there, and he's directed a couple of those touchdown drives, and so they've got some confidence right now. So a big drive here from KCU to get this thing started.
A pass on first down intended. Receiver was Richmond Sims, and it was off his hands. He was open, but he just wasn't able to haul it in there. It's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, nice play action fake there from Maxwell. Kind of leads him maybe just a hair much, but I think Richmond would be the first to tell you he ought to bring that one in.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, not able to corral it, so it happens to everybody. Bring up second down and 10, 2 by 2, and Union is not pressured much today, and they'll only bring 3 here on this one.
Another play-action pass. Ward under pressure. He fights off one would-be tackler, tries to get it back to the line of scrimmage there under some heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Ward just not saying he's immobile, but he's not really a running quarterback, and a 4-yard loss there on second down.
Andre Johnson with a little delayed pressure there. He was up on the edge, kind of took a step back and then came a little bit late as the running back kind of lost him in protection there a little bit, and gets credit for the sack. Andre Johnson, a 205-pound linebacker, and so kind of sets KCU behind the chains.
Ward steps back on third down, throws it over the middle of the field, over the head of intended receiver Austin Mullins, falls incomplete. 4th down and 14 yards to go, and we see the punt team making their way out.
Yeah, 3 plays and minus 4 yards, not what KCU had in mind there after the scoring drive from Union, and so they're going to have to give the ball back to the Bulldogs here as we go to 4th down and 14.
Back deep, it looks like to receive for Union is going to be Isaiah Johnson. A huge booming punt is going to land right around the 22-yard line and take a KCU bounce. It's fielded by Johnson. He's trying to get it down that sideline. He does so, gets it across the 30 to the 35, and that's where he's brought down. So another decent return from Union. We've had a few decent returns by both teams here in the second half, and it sets him up with much better field position.
Yeah, Isaiah able to make the first guy miss there from KCU and takes it up the right sideline. A really nice move making the first guy miss, and really picks up about 25 yards of field position for the Bulldogs. And Myron Fleet leads them back out, and that guy has been, really, when he's been in the game, Union's moved the football. He's now 12 for 20, 86 yards and a touchdown, so they've had a few guys running the football, and they'll give it to James here again, but not as much yardage as they'd liked here on first down.
That's right. Handoff up the middle, and nothing doing there. Right in the path of the running back was A.J. Harvey, the defensive lineman coach, and he made him pay right there. No gain.
That's right. That KCU defense needs to step up, give the offense a chance to get back out on the field. Things starting to tighten up here a little bit. You can kind of feel them a little bit after everybody's feeling good and happy there at halftime. Union comes out and gets the score and then a stop, and they're back on offense. Everybody tightening up here a little bit.
A 2-by-2 set. Norfleet takes the shotgun snap, throws it out to the flats around the 40-yard line over there by the Union sideline, but it falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, Landon Couch, the intended receiver out there. Haven't seen him be targeted too often today, but Norfleet, one of the few times he kind of fired inaccurately there. So bring up 3rd down. Union 7 out of 12 on 3rd down so far today.
Looks like KCU with a change in personnel defensively, too.
Yeah, they brought in a couple extra pass rushers right here, and they're all up kind of what we used to call a UFO package with nobody down on the line.
Pass incomplete in the flats. The intended receiver there was number 27, but you mentioned the UFO there. Talk about that. Talk about what that means for people listening at home.
Well, what that package is, you bring.
I know exactly. I remember when you installed it. I remember the
Yeah, we used to go through this UFO package where really you're just trying to mess up the pass protection. You bring in some lighter guys up front that can rush the passer and get after it, and everybody is standing up. You got nobody down, so it makes it difficult for the offensive line to identify which guys are going to rush and which guys are going to drop, and you have all athletic guys kind of in there, and so they were up kind of dancing around and kind of messed with that with the protection there and forced an inaccurate throw.
A low snap and a low punt fielded by Sims. He beats one would-be tackler. A big spin move right around the 45, but he's brought down at about the 47-yard line of KCU, but I do see a flag behind the football.
Unfortunately, I'm going to get Brian Hughes for a push in the back there, right at the right where Sims picked the ball up. So they're going to mark that probably 10 yards from around the 35-yard line or so.
And that's one of those things, Brian. There, it wasn't anything dirty, and it wasn't anything intentionally bad or anything like that. He was just trying to help make a play.
Just trying to make a play, but you can't hit a guy in the back right there. And you see that so often on special teams. It's so hard not to do that. And but he did kind of shoved him in the back right there. So it'll go down as a 10-yard penalty, but really it ends up being almost a 25-yard penalty because you lose the yardage on the return, and you got to mark the penalty from the spot that it happened. So. Could have had it up around the 45-yard line, but instead it's going to end up being back around the 25-yard line.
Yep, right at the 25, Coach. That's where KCU will take over here with 4:39 to go in the third quarter and a one-score lead at 20-12. And offensively, KCU looking to get some more points on the board. They've been scoreless here in this second half. And Maxwell Ward, the man out on the field, ready to get things rocking and rolling. Three receivers to his left. He drops back, looking downfield. He's going to air it out, and it's caught across midfield now. That's DT Gideon, who I'm going to say about a 27-yard pass play here on first down. And that moves the chains, gets KCU on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Great job in protection right there.
Absolutely.
From that KCU offensive line, gives Maxwell enough time to stand there. That's a long developing route. We saw that earlier in the game in the first half. And that's a long throw from Maxwell from the right hash all the way to the numbers on the left side of the field for a nice pickup and get things moving.
It almost turned into an empty backfield, too, because the running back ran off on a route. Nonetheless, a fake handoff and a throw downfield. It's caught. Touchdown, KCU. What an unbelievable toss and catch there. Kayron Taylor, the receiver, and a 46-yard touchdown for KCU. Coach, fake handoff. Ward sprinted out to his right, and it was moving forward, but just kind of on the run. It made it look effortless.
Yeah, that fake in there caused those safeties to kind of trigger up and able to get behind those guys. Really an athletic play by Maxwell Ward as number 10. Tremonte Gardner was hot on his heels right there and almost had a hand on him, so he had to throw that thing on the run and able to hit the receiver right in stride, really, as there was no one back there because those safeties had both triggered up on that play-action fake.
Rodriguez's kick is up, and it's good, so that means your score now, KCU 27, Union 12. We're going to step out and take a break. Back after this. Hit Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
And we're back here in Grayson, Kentucky. Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. And KCU coach putting points on the board.
Just what the doctor ordered.
That's right.
Now, Maxwell
Took it out of my mouth.
Maxwell Ward complete to Kyron Taylor, 46-yard touchdown, and the Knights needed that one.
A kickoff lands about the 5-yard line there. It's caught by Owens, who tries to get over that KCU sideline. Brings it out, I'm going to say, past the 25, maybe the 26, 27-yard line, and that's where he's knocked out of bounds. That's where Union will take over offensively. And, Coach, in the third quarter, we've had 2 touchdowns, one from each team. Much more evenly matched, I guess you'd say, as far as the scoreboard goes anyway.
Yeah, KCU a little more explosive. You know, they get the long touchdown pass right there, whereas Union not really haven't had many chunk plays. So can they put together another long drive? The last drive covered 61, 62 yards, maybe 11 plays to cover those 62 yards. So, you know, can they get some chunk plays and make it a little easier on themselves? Those 11, 12 play drives are just extremely hard to put together consistently. So, but they got their man Myron Fleet in there. We'll see if he can do it again.
Wow, almost a big-time play. Well, it was a big-time play, but almost a turnover there forced by KCU. Talk about what just happened there.
Jamil Sims coming off right edge right there, not going to get to Fleet, sees him going ahead and throwing, knows he's not going to get home, so he gets his hands up and knocks it down, kind of a block shot, if you will.
Yeah.
Gets his hand on it, knocks it down, and saves the completion right there. Would have almost kind of turned it into a tip catch right there, but a nice job of getting your hands up and forcing the incompletion.
I like when you use those examples, analogies of other sports. You know, that landed like a Tiger Woods wedge shot, all that kind of thing. A handoff on second down is going to go this time to Hayes. He marches ahead, picks up positive yards, about 6 of them, and makes it 3rd down and 4. A windy day here in Grayson. You can see the trees around the area blowing. The flag moving pretty good, and KCU with a 15-point lead here, and the clock rolling in the third quarter, down under 3.5 minutes.
Union with their 14th third down play of the game here, still in the third quarter. So see if they can keep it moving.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, as Norfleet takes the snap, looking downfield to throw. He finds a check down route. It's going to be caught by Marshall Metton, brings it across the 40-yard line up to almost a 45. So about 11-yard gain, we'll say, maybe a 10-yard gain on the pass and catch for Union.
Yeah, really nice decision there by Myron Norfleet. They bring KCU brings pressure both inside linebackers, and so like you said, he finds the check down, kind of replaces where those linebackers left, and able to pick up another 3rd down.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, a wing back to the right. That's Metton. And Norfleet hands it off again to Hayes, who tries to bounce it outside to the right. He's going to pick up 3 yards, gets it across the 45 over to about the 47-yard line. So make that a 4-yard gain. That makes it 2nd and 6.
So they kind of just keep putting themselves in good position.
Yep.
You know, already move the ball out close to midfield here. Just kind of keep that. They just kind of, they don't have any big chunk plays, which makes it hard, but they just do a good job of getting 4, 5, 6 yards on first down with the running game, short passing game. You know, we'll see if they get greedy here and start trying to push it down the field.
Norfleet takes it and drops back. He completes one right about midfield there. I'm trying to get a number. That's number 41, Malik McAlpine, and he gets it down, we'll say about a 4-yard pickup. It's going to be a 3rd down and 3 situation here right at midfield.
Yeah, so again, with the short passing game, just finds the check down, being patient. You got to give him credit for that anyway, of not making the big mistake so far, trying to force the ball down the field. And just as we said earlier, another 3rd down situation for Union.
Norfleet directed some traffic pre-snap. He takes the snap, drops back, good protection, throws it out in the flats, incomplete, over the head of Isaiah Johnson, a junior receiver out there from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, C.J. Cutliff on the coverage. Really nice pickup by the offensive line right there. Didn't allow the pressure to get to him, but Norfleet just overshoots his receiver right there. They had an opportunity there to pick it up, and so they're going to press the issue here. It looks like, even though there's still 1:21 left in this third quarter at midfield, they're going to go for it here on a 4th down and 3. KCU needs to be disciplined here and make sure they don't jump off sides.
That's right. The snap goes to Norfleet. He's looking downfield to throw. He has a receiver, but it's knocked away and intercepted by KCU. Looks like, who is that, Coach?
Waiting to get a number
Lamar.
12.
It was off the hands of Lamar. He knocked it up in the air.
Yeah, Brian Hughes, Johnny on the spot to take the tip ball and the interception there on 4th down to stop that Union drive.
That's right.
So the KCU defense rises up and gets a stop after the explosive drive there from the offense to make it 27-12. They come out and get a stop, so that'll set the KCU offense up in good field position once again.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Coach. And you see a little bit more life over here on the sideline. It's funny how those things work, but it's the truth. So we've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Ward takes the snap. He throws it over the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. That's D.T. Gideon who gets it over to the sideline over on the other side of the field, the Union or side of the field. He gets it over. It's going to be about a 25-yard pickup here on 1st down. He gets it around the 31-yard line. That's where he's knocked out of bounds.
Just to go back a little bit, that's a really interesting decision from Union to go for it there at midfield. I guess it just feel like that they had to complete that, had to get that in order to kind of keep themselves in the game right there. Didn't feel good about their punting team pinning them deep, so they go for it and don't get it, and an opportunity really for KCU to stretch the lead here.
Clock under a minute, and a fake handoff, and under pressure is Ward, and he's going to be hit hard in the backfield. The man who brought him down was Tremonte Gardner, a senior defensive back. Came off the edge, kind of untouched there, Coach, and did his job well.
Yeah, we've called his name several times today. Tremonte Gardner is an excellent defensive player there for Union, and gets credit for a sack and a big lost yardage play. He's going to set KCU back behind the chains, and as we roll down here at the end of the third quarter, we'll see whether they just take the quarter or they get another play off.
It's going to be 2nd down and 17. The clock down to 5 seconds. And they're going to run one more play. Ward fakes a handoff, bootlegs back out, and then he throws it back to his running back in the backfield. That is, I believe that's Gerald Daniels. No, it's not. That is Terrence Carter, who marches it ahead, crosses the 30-yard line. He's going to be down right about the 33. That'll make it 3rd down and 7 when we come back. That signal you heard in the background, that was the end of the third quarter. So after 3, your score, KCU 27, Union 12. We'll be back right after this for quarter number 4 on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
With loan rates at or near historical lows, now is the time to talk to one of the experienced loan officers at First National Bank. We can help you with that new car or home you've been wanting. Let us work with you to reach the payment level you're comfortable with. You can now access our loan application online at fnbgrayson.com or give us a call today at 606-928-0000 and we can make your loan happen. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Grayson, 3rd down and 7 yards to go now for KCU here at the start of the third quarter. Ward takes the snap, fakes a handoff. He's going to air it out into the end zone. And, Coach, good coverage there. He had his man, but the pass knocked away, incomplete.
Yeah, Jalen Bybee on the coverage right there. Really nice job staying in the hip of the receiver in phase, gets his hands up and knocks that one away. So that's going to bring up a 4th down now for KCU kind of in that no man's land again, too far to try a field goal. KCU 3 out of 4 on 4th down so far today, but this is a long one, 4th down and 7.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Looks like the offense staying out there, which, like you said, out of field goal range, and no point in really punting here. So we're going to see one more play of offense at least from KCU. One man goes in motion. Ward takes a snap, sprints out to his right, throws it at about the numbers, and is the pass caught? No, sir. And we've got a flag over there on the Union sideline. The pass was knocked away. It's going to be incomplete, I do believe, Coach. And maybe something happened over there on that sideline after the play.
So after the push out of bounds there, it almost appeared the official marked it like it was going to be a catch.
Well, I know, but I saw the ball rolling away.
And then I saw what you saw. The ball did roll away. So I don't know if they said if he's going to claim that he had that long enough because it was a little bit out of bounds. But then the extracurricular there after the play, well out of bounds on the Union sideline. That's when the flags came in. So I think the flags are dead ball fouls, but we'll see what occurs here. So here's the signal from the official, unsportsmanlike against KCU. So we never did. I assume the pass is incomplete. So if that's true, then they're going to mark the unsportsmanlike from the 28-yard line.
That's what it looks like. Still waiting to see. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody's really sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure they know what they want to do.
No.
Yeah.
They're moving it now back inside.
Now, wait a minute.
15 to the 14-yard line. And it looks like to me that's where Union's going to take over, which where's the penalty enforced? That's my question. Nonetheless, it's going to be first down. Norfleet takes the snap, hands it off, and hit in the backfield is the running back. I believe that would be Hayes, I think.
So I think what we had there,
Hayes.
Coach, is I think that penalty was enforced against Union.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that penalty's been
They
enforced.
just signaled it wrong.
Yeah, I think
okay.
I think the penalty's been enforced against Union.
That's really the only way it would make sense.
That's right, yeah. And that's what's happened there. So the ball was incomplete, so they move it back 15 from the unsportsmanlike is against Union.
So he was hitting the backfield. He fell forward for a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be second down, 7 yards to go now for Union as Norfleet with 2 receivers to his right. Ball's on the right hash. He throws it out to the long side of the field around the numbers. Screen play out there. And fighting forward for yards is that receiver. He gets it out across the 20 to about the 22, maybe 23-yard line. And the receiver there, I'm still trying to figure out who that is. Looks like that's 17. That's Damari Owens who made that catch.
It looks like we got another flag on the play, and I think we're going to get a hands to the face here against KCU.
Okay. Was that on the tackle?
No, I think that was just one of the interior rushers there.
Okay, I was going to say, okay.
Without the official giving a number, I don't want to give a name there, but I think I saw who it was there, but clearly a hands to the face there as he was rushing the passer against one of the Union Bulldogs offensive linemen. So you get the credit for the catch, and now a personal foul, 15 more yards added on to that.
That's right.
Union's kind of got it rolling again here, down 15 with 14 minutes to play.
Yeah, a gain of 3 plus 15 on the penalty brings them out to the 37, almost the 38-yard line. That's where they'll take over 1st and 10 here as quarterback Myron Norfleet takes a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle again to Hayes, spin move, and Hayes marches along for a pickup of about 3, maybe 4 yards. Gets it across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I know one of those linebackers that you like so much, number 44, Zach Thomas, coming in there from his outside kind of backer position, playing out of the box there on one of the outside receivers, but falls back inside to make the tackle against Union there.
Second down and 6 now for Union. 3 receivers to the right of Norfleet, a running back offset to his left. That's Hayes. Norfleet takes a snap, looks downfield, throws it to that backside receiver. They do that quite often on a little slant route. Andre Johnson, the intended receiver, and it falls incomplete, third down.
Yeah, kind of bracket coverage there, a little bit of a change for KCU. They were kind of bracket that backside receiver that time and make that little glancer route a little tougher to squeeze in there. And so nice job of kind of taking away, like you said, something they've done a lot so far today.
Yeah.
KCU adjusts a little bit and tries to take that backside glancer away.
So 3 receivers again to the right of Norfleet. The quarterback are running. We're basically in the same formation we were in. Hayes offset to the left of the quarterback. And we have another throw over to that backside receiver, and this one's going to be caught. The receiver, Isaiah Johnson, he's hit as he catches, but it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, that time KCU chooses to bring pressure, and so they lose the bracket coverage over there. Norfleet stands in the pocket, and a little stack route, what we call a stack route from Johnson there. He just kind of down just past the sticks and drops his hips, turns around, and Norfleet delivers the ball on time, and it's tough to stop. But the pressure couldn't quite get home, picked up, so they moved the chains again. With that throw, Norfleet finally gets over 100 yards, 16 completions, going for 112 yards.
He's going to take the snap here. His pass, he tries to throw another one over toward that sideline. This one's knocked away, incomplete. And Union on the KCU side of the 50 here for the first time in this drive, first time in a little while.
Yeah, those active linebackers from KCU. That's Justin Lewis with the deflection there. We've seen a couple of those deflected passes today.
Yep.
Guys rushing the passer know they're not quite going to get home, so they get their hands up and make it tough on Norfleet to throw those short control passes.
I've said it and I'll say it again, I'm a fan of that linebacking core for KCU.
Yeah, they're really an active bunch. They place quite a few guys in there. They rotate some dudes in there, and they're very active in both the pass game and the run game.
Speaking of the pass game, a long one downfield falls incomplete. He threw it into double coverage there, did Norfleet, and that one falls incomplete. The defensive coordinator, KCU, Sean Walters, he's also the associate head coach, but he's the linebackers coach. Does a great job, I think, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've talked about how well that their defense overall has played as of late, and
yeah, and they're doing a great job of not getting impatient themselves, just not allowing those shot plays right there. We saw one of the few times that Union trying to push the ball down the field, trying to throw it into double coverage.
Yep.
Just not going to let them give up the big play. They're going to make them methodically march this ball down the field. If they're going to score, they're going to make them do it with the short passing and run game.
3rd down and 10. Norfleet takes a snap, tries to get it back over there on his sideline to Isaiah Johnson. The throw off the mark goes incomplete, 4th down.
Yeah, it's just so hard to like we talked about earlier, when you're not getting any chunk plays, when it's 7, 8, or 3, 4, maybe a chunk play for them is 7 or 8 yards. It's just very difficult to consistently put those kind of drives together, and so you pick up 3 or 4 first downs, but you can't. As the field gets compressed, you move across the 50-yard line, you're not able to do it. So they misfire there again on 3rd down, and that'll bring up 4th. And this time we see the punt team come out. We got some flags, and I believe we're going to get a false start on the left end there, or excuse me, the left tackle from Union. That looked like number 56 on the punt team there. That's Zach Pugh. Kind of got off just a little bit early, so that'll set them back another 5 yards. The last time they were in this situation, they went for it. This time they choose not to.
Yeah, back deep to return again for the Knights is Richmond Sims. A high punt, and this one's blocked as well, Coach. It's off a defender, and it's going to go out of bounds. Inside the 20, around the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure who got their hand on it. There were plenty of guys in there available, but it ricocheted well down the field. And, I can see why maybe Union chooses to go for it on fourth down some, because they have a really tough time of protecting the punter right there. That's the second block punt of the day for that KCU special teams. And with 12-13 here in the fourth quarter, that's going to set the offense up in the red zone.
That's something you need to bring up when we talk to Coach Russell later. We'll get with him after the game, so stick around for that. But something he mentioned before the game was one of the keys to win is special teams play. And I feel like especially the punt return team, several of those special teams have really come up in a big way, and I think he'll be pleased.
Yeah, absolutely. The long snapper from Union having a hard time getting that thing back there consistently. And when you have a little bit of a slow snap in college football, you've got guys that can get that back there and block. That operation's got to be pretty quick. And if it's not a smooth operation, then you are in trouble on special teams in college football.
I think we had a timeout here on the field. We're going to keep it here, though. I'm not really sure. It looks like the officiating crew over there meeting with Union's head coach. Not sure exactly what they're over there talking about. Union's head coach John Luttrell in his fourth season got some questions. I'm not sure what exactly the discussion is about. Maybe the placement of the ball. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. I'm not sure. That's where the ball ricocheted to, went out of bounds at. But I'm not sure exactly what the conversation is over there. But he's got the referee, the white hat, and the side judge over there. He's been in their ear a little bit, and it seems to be a fairly heated conversation.
Yeah, I don't think they're not happy about something, I'll tell you that. But both teams out, the KCU offense out, the Union defense. And by all intents and purposes, it's going to be first down and 10 yards to go for KCU in the red zone from the Union 18-yard line. And looks like the discussion over there is almost over, and we're ready to rock and roll here.
Now, KCU setting at 299 yards of total offense today. So here in one of these next few snaps, they're going to go over that 300-yard mark in total offense. Only been successful on 3 out of 12 first downs, and 3 out of 5 fourth downs is a little better, but still a pretty successful day offensively so far.
Sure.
Still 12 minutes to play.
Averaging 359 yards per game, KCU is offensively. Ward takes a snap on first down, hands it off. Up the middle, it's going to go Gerald Daniels, and is going to march ahead for 2 yards. So theoretically, that right there put him over 300 yards of offense.
Yeah, a little counter play there, a little jab step to the left, and take it back over right side, but not a lot doing. But like I said, that will take him over 300 yards.
Yeah, I don't know why I said theoretically. I think I just try to use big words, but that should have put him over 300 yards.
Yeah, not much theory to it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Second down and 8 or 9 to go here. Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, going to take the snap, fake a handoff, and throw it to big. Oh, wow. A touchdown pass to big number 83. That is Somi Azubuike for a touchdown from 17 yards out.
Yeah, nice little play-action pass there. They faked the ball back across to Gerald Davis, and they got Azubuike in there as the tight end H-back, and he kind of slips down the seam away from the play action, and Maxwell hits him right in stride, and a big moment there for Somi Azubuike as he takes in the touchdown.
Rodriguez, the birthday boy, on to try to tack on one more. That makes it 33-12 right now, and Paul Rodriguez here looking to make it 34. The kick is up, and it's wide to the left. No good. So with 11:30 to go here in quarter number 4, your score, KCU 33 and Union 12. We're going to step out, and we'll be back right after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Back here in Grayson, KCU with a big lead, 33-12 here with 11:30 to go here, Coach, and a big touchdown pass to big number 83, Somi Azubuike, and put KCU ahead by another score.
Yeah, absolutely. 6'4", 248 pounds, slipping down the seam right there and catching the ball in stride, looking like big skill right there.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice hands. And
I love it.
Yeah, nobody wanted to get in his way once he caught that thing, and he lumbers into the end zone. And so Maxwell Ward doing a nice job handling the football there. Makes a nice play fake to influence those linebackers, and Azubuike with a nice catch and a nice score.
Kick there from Paul Rodriguez, caught right about the 15-yard line and brought out to about the 26, 27-yard line. Trying to see who the returner was. It's Damari Owens again, and about a 12-yard return for him. We'll set up 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of Union.
So Union kind of in a bind right here. They are not a big play offense. They do not want to throw the ball down the field. They're more of a ball control. They're trying to take care of the clock, but they're in a position here where if they're going to make any run at all at this thing with 11:23 to go, they got to start taking some shots.
Yep.
And that's going to put them in a bad position, I'm afraid.
Norfleet throws it over into the flats. He connects with his running back. That's Jashlyn James, who gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. He might even lose a yard there. I think he does, on the bubble route. He loses 1 yard, makes it 2nd down and 11 to go. Union
going to run their 70th play of the game here with 10:58 to go, and only 237 yards total offense.
Yep.
Only averaging 3.5 yards per play.
Wow.
KCU defense doing a great job of keeping them bottled up.
A handoff on 2nd down. It's going to go again to James, and he marches ahead for positive yards. Picks up 6 yards, actually about 7 yards. He's going to make it 3rd down and about 4 to go for Union. And we've talked about Jashlyn James. He's a freshman, listed at 220 pounds. We don't have I'll tell you what, I can look right here. He's listed at 5'11", 220, but I'm saying he's taller than that. What do you think?
Yeah,
big-bodied
wouldn't be surprised.
Player.
Big body. He's kind of carried the load in the running back. 13 carries for 61 yards so far today.
Another handoff. It's going to go to him. He's going to try to bounce outside, but he's hit hard there by one of the KCU defenders, Coach. That is that Ellis Reed, I do believe?
Reed.
Yeah.
That's him.
Another one of those linebackers, man, I'm telling you.
That's a picture-perfect tackle right there. It comes up nice and low, wraps up, almost looks like a single-leg takedown or a double-leg takedown in wrestling.
I love it, man, yeah.
And wraps him up nice and takes him to the ground. That's a really nice tackle there. And then, so an odd occurrence here. We got an injured player, a player down for the Union Bulldogs over on the far side, and while it's a dead ball, 2 flags come out. So I'm sure that I didn't see any action. I'm sure that something must have been said by someone, but I'm not sure who.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against KCU.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike against KCU.
Yeah, and that's not going to make Coach Russell happy right there. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, somebody obviously maybe said something that they shouldn't have to one of the officials or maybe to one of the Union players there. Not sure exactly what the situation was, but that's not going to make Coach Russell very happy.
And if I'm Coach Russell here, I want to know the number.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a chance to make a point. Up 33-12, no reason for that right here at this point. So, but he'll take care of that. That's a live and learn situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and things just get a little emotional, get a little heated out there, and that may have just been a little retaliation for something happened earlier in the game. You just never know.
A good teaching moment for Coach Russell and his staff. This is going to be 1st down and 10 for Union now from their own 49-yard line. and that's much better field position than one play ago here after the penalty, and they're looking to capitalize on just that as Norfleet out of the gun takes a snap. It's going to be another handoff up the middle to Jashlyn James. He's going to try to bounce it outside, but a good open field tackle there from a couple KCU defenders. Ellis Reed in on that one, and a couple more defensive players in there as well. They're doing a good job trailing the ball, taking a great angle, and making a good open field tackle.
Ellis going to get credit for the tackle, but really right there, 52, that's
Justin Lewis.
That kind of set the edge, kind of comes off there, takes on the puller, and kind of stops that play up and allows Ellis to play it inside out and make the tackle. But a really nice job of Lewis taking on the pull blocker right there.
Second down and 8 yards to go now. Ball's on the right hash. Norfleet takes it. He's going to throw another screen pass out there and dropping the ball. They're going to say he didn't catch it. I wasn't for sure. I thought he caught it out there, out wide. The wide out toward that sideline is Isaiah Johnson, and it's blown dead. Otherwise, that was a scoop and score, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it was really close whether he had that long enough for a catch or not, but officials not – and one of the KCU DBs almost took it on the fly right there.
Yeah, he did.
But that ball popped up. But they said he didn't have it long enough, so it'll go down as an incomplete pass, and that'll set up another third down, 50% third down percentage here so far for Union today. This is going to be a long one. They're 9 out of 18. This will be their 19th third down conversion attempt.
Norfleet takes it out of the gun under pressure. He's hit as he throws a duck up in the air, and it falls incomplete. He took a shot there, Coach.
Yeah, guess who? Justin Lewis coming off that left side of that KCU defense and bringing the pressure and all in Myron Norfleet's face right there. They're not able to block Justin Lewis, and he has really had a heck of a game. You've talked several times about that linebacking core and applying the pressure right there. Justin Lewis causing the errant throw that it's just a good thing nobody was there. That was just an infield pop-up right there, and that could have been a pick if there had just been anybody around to field that thing.
And I do keep mentioning that linebacker core, but it's not just them. The whole KCU defense playing pretty well and have for a while now. As somebody got a hand on that punt, and it's going to be fielded right about the 15-yard line. It looks like the returner back there might have accidentally put a hand on it as well. Almost a turnover.
Yeah,
almost Union ball is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So just I was just watching the discussion between the punter and the white hat back there. As you mentioned, somebody must have just gotten a hand on that thing because.
Well, I saw the referee right about midfield doing this right here.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Because they did run into the punter there, and he took quite the shot. But if you get a tip on that ball, then the punter has no protection, and you don't have roughing the kicker right there. So just an important catch there, important. Point that ball was deflected, so no roughing the kicker.
That's right. On first down, Ward's going to throw it out of the backfield. No, that's Richmond Sims out there on the screen route, showing off his foot speed. He gets it across the 20, knocked out of bounds, I think we're going to say about the 21-yard line, so a pickup of about 7 yards. And Sims, another guy that I'm high on Richmond Sims too, man. He's undersized, but not under-efforted.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Plays 100 miles an hour, plays like his hair's on fire. He's got the guts of a burglar. I'm telling you, he can do about whatever he wants out there.
That's a pretty good one. Another pass, this one a short shovel pass. It's going to be caught by Gerald Daniels out of the backfield, and he brings it ahead, crosses the 25 up to almost the 30-yard line. And we got more flags after the play. These over on the Union sideline, but players from both teams over in that area.
Yeah, penalties aplenty here in the second half so far. We'll see what we've got here.
So far, Union with 7 penalties for 66 yards, KCU with 9 for 97. And we're waiting to see what this one is.
go ahead and add another penalty to the Union side for another 15 yards there. So we're going to get another unsportsmanlike conduct. It seems like there must be a lot of chatter going on. And sometimes when you play somebody twice in a year,
sure,
you kind of get familiar with them.
Well, it's an in-state rival. There's a lot of connections.
Yep. That's right. A lot of these guys may know each other. So a lot going on down there. And KCU with the upper hand right now. And so maybe some frustration showing from that Union side.
1st and 10 for KCU from their own 45. Ward fakes a handoff. He's going to air it out down the middle of the field into coverage, and the ball underthrown incomplete. Tried to get it out there to Mullins over the middle of the field, but nothing doing. It's going to be 2nd down. Yeah,
Taryn Cox there, one of the safeties underneath that route, and it looked like maybe number 25, A.J. Stewart there kind of over that route, a nice bracket coverage. Really know where to go with the ball, Maxwell. Just kind of smartly throws it out in front of everybody there where nobody can get it. No harm, no foul there. Taking a shot on 1st down. Sets them up for 2nd and 10 here from the 45.
Trips to the left side for the KCU. Ball's on the right hash, and a handoff. It's going to go to Gerald Daniels, who's trying to bounce it outside, get something happening. He makes it all the way over to the sideline, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Zach Young kind of forces him to bounce it out there and not allow him to run it up inside where he wanted to. And so they kind of get that thing spilled toward the boundary there, and not much he can do about it.
Be 3rd down and 10 yards to go from their own 45-yard line. Clock down around 7 minutes, right about 7:12, but the clock is rolling here. As he was brought down before he went out of bounds. And Maxwell Ward is going to take the snap here on 3rd down and look to throw. Had a receiver in the middle of the field. It was Richmond Sims, but I think he kind of lost balance there anyway.
I think he just slipped as he's trying to make an in cut right there. They were going to try to get him on a little dig route there, and he kind of went down and lost his footing. Max already kind of turned that ball loose, anticipating him coming across the middle there, and just lost his footing, and ball falls incomplete there. They don't pick up the 3rd down conversion.
It's going to be 4th and 10 for the Knights, and I do see the punt team on the field. Back deep. Looks like Union's going to send.
That's Damari Owens, I believe.
Yep, I think you're right. I was waiting. It almost looked like they're going to send 2 players back deep, but they've got one. Owens back deep. And then got a flag on the snap.
Yeah, so kind of making some substitutions there. Both teams running some guys on, and the long snapper goes ahead and cuts it loose. The only problem was there were a couple of guys in motion for KCU there, so kind of luckily that ends up being a dead ball, really.
That's right.
And it goes down as a false start, and so they'll reset the play clock and get everybody set here to get this punt off.
Here we go. The punt's in the air, and it's a good-looking punt. It's going to drop about the 18-yard line. It's caught by Owens. He brings it back to the middle of the field, and he's brought down at about the 28-yard line. So about a 10-yard punt return, maybe a 12-yard. They're going to spot him at the 30, so about a 12-yard return there, and that'll set up 1st and 10 for Union from their own 30-yard line. They're down 33-12 here. Kentucky Christian University with the lead on Senior Day here in Grayson. And we had some rain in the first half, haven't seen any lately, and 6 minutes 50 seconds to go here in this ball game.
Yeah, Desmond Daly hustling down there to make the special teams tackle for the Knights, keeping the Union Bulldogs deep in their own territory there.
Looks like we've got a new quarterback on the field, too. It's Jake Metters. We saw him in the first half. He's going to hand it off here on 1st down to Quintavious Hayes. He's going to march ahead for about 5 yards on 1st down, making it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that last play of the last drive for Union, Fleetwood took quite the shot right there, and he had to have some help off the field. So
Coach,
his day may be finished. He's things have not gone as well today, but he's a pretty gutsy player and a pretty good player.
Myron Norfleet.
Norfleet. What
yes.
I say?
Well, so far you said Fleet. You said Fleetwood.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Myron Norfleet.
Yeah. Oh, man. A throw out in the flats is caught for a gain of nothing.
Yeah.
Or was that an incomplete pass? I'll be honest, I was laughing about
my pronunciation.
Yeah. It's complete to Hayes for 1 yard, we'll say. So third down at about 4 yards to go now. 2-by-2 set for Union. Metters, the quarterback, takes a snap, looks to his right, completes it to number 27. That's De'Aaron Robinson. And he brings it ahead for a gain of about 5, enough for a first down. And that'll keep the clock rolling too, Coach. We're down under 5. We're at 5:35, and it's still rolling.
Yep. Several KCU gray shirts there over there on the tackle. Led again, looked like by Justin Lewis, first in on that hit, I think, and then some other guys getting some assisted tackles there.
1st and 10 here for the Union Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the left, the big side of the field. Metters takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Hayes, and he fights ahead for a pickup of 3 or 4 on first down. And that's one thing that I have noticed. We don't have that stat actually. A gain of more like about 6 yards. Union has been somewhat efficient on first down, picking up 4, 5, 6 yards every time.
Yeah, they have. They've done a pretty good job. They're just kind of settling down here. Just kind of think everybody just kind of playing out the clock right here.
Yeah.
A lot of substitutions in for KCU.
Metter airs one out down the numbers toward the Union sideline. It falls incomplete. Threw it into some coverage there, but he had a little bit of a height advantage there. Zach Young, the receiver, but it just goes over his head. Young listed at 6'1". Had a little bit of a height reach advantage, but ball just thrown too high.
Yeah, some pressure there from the KCU defensive front, kind of forcing the high throw there.
Don't forget, after the game, we'll have a visit in the press box from KCU head coach Jake Russell. Don't want to miss that. He's always got good stuff to bring up here to us. And a pass is caught on third down on a slant route to the right side. Looks like that's Quintavious Hayes there making the catch, and it's enough for the first down. It brings it across midfield down to about the 40-yard line of KCU. Clock still rolling.
Yeah, Justin Lewis on the coverage there. I've called his name a bunch today. Drags him down over the middle. KCU brought a little pressure there, so there was some room over the middle there, but Lewis in hot pursuit there drags him down.
1st and 10. Metters is going to hand it off again to Hayes up the middle, showing off his speed, trying to bounce it around in there, finding some green grass, but he's brought down after a pickup of about 10 yards, enough for another first down.
Yeah, Zach Thomas with a big hit there from KCU. I think that's 44, Zach Thomas in there, making a nice play after the decent pickup.
Down to 3:50 on the clock. 33-12 is your score. KCU leads Union here on Senior Day in Grayson, an AAC game. And we mentioned earlier that this is the second time these teams have played, but this one is the one that counts toward the conference standings. 3 receivers to the left for Metters. Running back offset to his right. He's going to step back to pass, looking to air it out downfield. Has a receiver, and it's just off the hands of a wide-open De'Aaron Robinson, the junior wide receiver from Louisville, Kentucky. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, Robinson kind of splits the corner and the safety right there on the 7 route, on the corner route, and Mettings really put it on him right there. Just kind of got twisted around a little bit and wasn't able to bring it in, but he had. If he had caught that, I think he would have fallen into the end zone for a touchdown there.
Robinson, a native of DuPont Manual High School. Several Kentucky high school players here on this Union football team. Clock stopped at 3:25, and we've got a bunch set, 2 receivers both ways, but they're in tight as Metters takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking for a check down route. Had an open receiver. That was Zach Young, but the ball out of his reach falls incomplete. Only burnt 3 seconds there on that play.
Yeah, bringing number 5. I guess that was Zach Young across the middle there, kind of getting him on a little shallow cross route, but not able to connect. And like I said, didn't burn a lot of clock. So third down and 10 now. the game well in KCU's hands, but still they don't want to give up any more yards. They don't want to give up another touchdown here. So even though they got a lot of substitutes in, they run a lot of guys in and out, still playing hard and not wanting to give up the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, we say it every time. If you're on the field, you're going 100% no matter who you are and what the situation is, as Hayes carries it forward for a pickup of about 6 yards on third down. That's going to make it 4th down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
And I'm sure they're going to go for it here for the 4th time today. They're going to run a 4th down play. They've only converted one of those 4th downs. So this one within reasonable range at around 4th and 4, 4th and 5. So they'll have a chance here on 4th down to get their second conversion possibly.
Absolutely. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back Hayes offset to the right of the quarterback. Metters takes a snap, drops back, looking downfield, nothing there. He's going to step forward, then throw it, and it falls incomplete in the end zone. Intended receiver there, Damari Owens, the junior wide receiver from Louisville, Kentucky. He's a native of Fern Creek High School, but unable to haul that one in. And, Coach, that thing rolled out of the back of the end zone all the way over almost to the baseball field.
Yeah. Good to see the KCU defense there get to stop. They did not want to give up another touchdown here. So with 2:36, they get to stop. They force the incompletion. That gets the offense back out on the field.
Right.
And so they'll be taking their time, using all the clock here, most likely keeping the ball on the ground and try to run this last 2:36 out here and get out of here with a win on Senior Day.
Terrence Carter, the running back, offset to the right of quarterback Max Ward. He fakes a handoff after a jet motion, runs it forward himself, and he's brought down the backfield.
Yeah, I think that's Tyler Haas back.
Is that Haas? Okay, yep,
Tyler
you're
Haas
right.
back in the game.
No wonder he ratted himself.
That's right, yeah. They like to put him in there. So Maxwell Ward's day is done. Really the 3rd quarterback we've seen from Kentucky Christian today as Kajaka Sarvis got the start of both halves. Maxwell comes in and plays very well, leads a couple touchdown drives, and so now to clean up here at the last 2 minutes, we'll see Tyler.
And Haas fell forward for a gain of about 1. He's going to drop back on 2nd down and air it out. Finds a receiver, and that receiver makes a catch. He's down as he makes the catch, but it's enough for the 1st down. Trying to get a number over there, Coach. That looks like, is that 87, I do believe? That would be Calvin Brown hauling that one in for the 1st down.
Yeah, not a name we've called a lot, but a nice sliding catch there by Calvin Brown coming across the middle.
Here we go on 1st down. Haas is going to hand it off. This time it's going to go to Terrence Carter, who tries to bounce it outside. He's brought down after a pickup of a couple, making it 2nd down and about 3 yards. Or I'm sorry, 2nd down and about 7 after a pickup of 3. Good to have a chance to, let other personnel get some work in, Coach, as KCU in this situation here.
Yep.
The snap's going to go to Haas. He steps forward. He finds a man almost completed across the middle of the field. Intended receiver there is that? Who is that? That's number 19. I've got Tedrick McGee listed at number 19. Still looking here. I've got Tedrick McGee, a senior defensive back, listed at number 19. Jordan Brown, how about that? That's Jordan Brown. The online roster has the names on there. So it's 3rd down and we'll say 8 yards. I said 7, but it's more like 3rd and about 8 here for quarterback Tyler Haas. He's got 3 receivers to his right, and he's going to run it on the designed run play. Out there lead blocking for him is Terrence Carter. And Haas gets it all the way over to the KCU sideline, almost to midfield, picks up more than enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, a little quarterback sweep there from Tyler as he takes it around left edge. They do a nice job of getting a couple running backs out in front of him there for lead blockers, almost like pulling guards.
Exactly,
yeah.
So, and old Terrence Carter threw in a pretty good block there.
He sure did. He sure did. So Tyler out there running hard, playing hard. He's getting his chance to play a little bit, and he's going to take every advantage of every second that he gets out there.
No doubt. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Haas drops back to pass. He's going to step forward, feel a little pressure, nothing downfield, so he takes it himself and picks up about 9 yards.
Yeah, behind the play, I think we're going to have a penalty there maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like we got hands to the face again. We've seen that call several times today, but looks like they're going to get number 51. No. Well, I know that.
I'll tell you this, number 58, Hunter Blevins' helmet was off at the end of the play.
Yeah, and the 51 listed on our roster is C.J. Deals, and I know that is not left tackle C.J. Deals, and so we might be able to find it on the online roster. But
that's all we got.
Yeah,
C.J. Deals.
Yeah. So anyway, going to be a hands to the face penalty there on Kentucky Christian. So 30 seconds. They are going to have to snap the ball one more time as the play clock sets to 25 seconds, and so a few seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock. So one last play.
Haas is going to take the snap. A little miscommunication, I think. He tried to hand it off to the right. The running back went to the left. So Haas takes it himself. The clock stops at 10 minutes there, and we got a flag behind the football in the backfield. Huh?
10 seconds. Not 10 minutes.
Is that what I said, 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Right back at you.
Yeah, there. Oh, man. Norfleet. Fleetwood. That's pretty good. So 10 seconds on the clock, and what the flag was behind the ball. It's going to be against the Union, though. Did you see what the call was?
I believe we got another hands to the face.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So right back at you on that one, too, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to bring it back across midfield to the Union 47-yard line. And the clock's running. Presumably that will be the ball game. I don't think it doesn't look like they're going to run one more play as the clock expires. So, Coach, final score of this ball game: Kentucky Christian University wins it on Senior Day, 33-12 over AAC opponent, the Union Bulldogs. We're going to step out, take a break, and Coach, when we come back, we'll have some stats and some analysis, and we're going to have a word from KCU head coach Jake Russell. So don't go away. We'll be back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Welcome back to Gracie, Kentucky. Final score of the evening. Well, I guess we'll call it evening. What is it? Almost 5 o'clock. We'll say evening. Final score of the ball game. How about that? 33-12. KCU defeats the Union Bulldogs on Senior Day here in Grayson. And a great atmosphere, great crowd. We just love it. As far as the KCU Knights go, proud of them for their win here today. As I mentioned, the final score 33-14. I'll tell you real quick how we got there. First score of the ball game. The only score in the first quarter came from Kentucky Christian University. It was a 14-yard touchdown run, by Cameron Arthur and a Paul Rodriguez PAT that made it 7-0. Then in the second quarter, one touchdown for each team. The first one came from Union with 14:21 on the clock. Myron Norfleet to Tony Norman, 8-yard touchdown pass and a blocked PAT made it 7-6. Then later on in the second quarter, I take that back. I said we had one from each team. There were 2 KCU touchdowns late in the second quarter. First one came with 2:34 on the clock, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Max Ward to VT Taylor, and then a failed 2-point conversion made it 13-6. Then with 40 seconds on the clock, a Tyler Haas with a 1-yard touchdown run and a Paul Rodriguez PAT made it 20-6 going into halftime. And then in the third quarter, second half, one touchdown from each team in the third quarter. We'll say that Union with the first one with 6:41 to go on the clock. 3-yard Jashlyn James touchdown run and an incomplete pass on 2-point conversion made it 20-12. And then with 4:03 on the clock in the third quarter, a 46-yard touchdown pass from Maxwell Ward to K'Ron Taylor and a Paul Rodriguez PAT made it 27-12 after 3. Only one score in quarter number 4, that one from KCU. A 17-yard touchdown pass from Max Ward to Somi Azubuike, and a PAT that was missed made it 33-12, and that was your final score of this ball game. As Coach Russell has his team out in the end zone there, kind of doing the post-game speech and that kind of thing. A great atmosphere here in Grayson. We're going to step out, take a break, and when we come back, Coach Brent Terry will be with you, and he will have some stats and some analysis, and we're still waiting on. We will have a word here in a few minutes from head coach Jake Russell, so don't go away. We want to hear that. We'll be back right after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back in Grayson, Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. And, Coach, we mentioned final score 33-12. Let's talk about some stats.
Yeah, KCU outgains Union College 366-293 in total offense, averaging a little over almost 6 yards a play for KCU, and holds Union to just 3.5 yards per play. On the passing numbers, kind of had a combined effort of 3 different quarterbacks today, but those quarterbacks for KCU go 21-38. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. They rushed the ball for 49 yards on 26 attempts. On the other side, 2 quarterbacks kind of combined. We'll parse those out here in just a second, but 23 of 50 for only 3.5 yards per pass play. They were sacked twice. They run the ball for a few more yards, 120 yards on 36 attempts, but only average 3.3 yards per rush. Each team or Union punted the ball 6 times for an average of 17 yards per punt, which was a big factor in the game. They had 3 punts blocked, 2 blocked for 1 tipped, 5 punts for KCU for an average of 37 yards. Penalties kind of elevated on both teams today. Penalty yards 9 for 96 for Union, 11 for 118 for KCU. Individually, we'll start with KCU. As we said, 3 quarterbacks kind of get involved in the passing game today. Maxwell Ward, though, he's the normal starter, but didn't start today. On senior day, they allow Kajaka Sarvis to start both halves. He ends up going 4 for 8 for 36 yards with 1 interception. Ward comes on in relief and goes 16 for 28 for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tyler Haas comes on late in the game with 1 out of 2 for 11 yards. On the other side, Myron Norfleet for the Union Bulldogs, 17 out of 36, 17 for 36, but only 111 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. A lot of control passing, a lot of short passing game. Jake Metters has to come on in relief of him a few times as Myron Norfleet was kind of beat up during the game a little bit, had an ankle, a couple things. So Metters ends up throwing 14 times, completes 6 of those for 62 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions for him. Rushing, Jaslyn James, 16 attempts for 67 yards, averages 4.2 yards per carry, had a long of 11 and did score a touchdown. A couple other guys getting involved in the rushing game. That's Quintavious Hayes, 9 carries for 48, Taj Jackson, 5 for 13, and a few other guys contributing there also. On the other side, the rushing statistics for KCU, Joshua Taylor, only 3 attempts for 19 yards. Kajaka Sarvis, 2 for 15. Tyler Haas carries it 4 for 19 when he comes in. Brandon Carter, 2 for 1 yard. Maxwell Ward ends up with 4 carries, most of those unplanned carries for -2 yards. So receiving-wise, a lot of guys get involved in the receiving game for the Knights. It's Detarius Gideon. DT Gideon gets 5 catches for 125 yards. He had a long of 41. Karan Taylor, 1 catch, and it went for 46. Austin Mullen, 3 for 39, 23 yards. Along with that 1 catch for Karan, I should mention, went for a touchdown. Somi Azubuike, the big tight end, H-back, catches 1 for 17 and a touchdown on a nice play down around the goal line. Josh Taylor has a catch for 14 yards. Richmond Sims hauls in 2 for 13. Rucker, Talin Daly and Rucker, 2 for 13 yards. Calvin Brown has a catch. Brandon Carter a catch. Gerald James a catch. A lot of guys contributing in there for the Knights on the receiving side of it. We flip over. On the Union Bulldog side, Tony Norman, 4 catches for 40 yards. Isaiah Johnson, 4 for 36. And De'Aaron Robinson, 4 catches for 31 yards. Zach Young makes 2 catches for 20 yards. And Damari Owens, 3 for 17. Quintavious Hayes out of the backfield, 2 catches for 15 yards. The only receiving touchdown goes to Tony Norman for the Union Bulldogs. So those are kind of your statistics. Defensively, turnovers for both teams. Defensively, the sack numbers go like this. Union had gave up 2 sacks for 22 yards and only 1 for the Knights for 7 yards. An interception for both teams today. So those are your numbers. Those are some of the statistics, both team and individual statistics. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we get back, hopefully we'll be able to get head coach Jake Russell up here to have a few words.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Back in Grayson, Kentucky, Chauncey Griffith, Brent Terry, glad to have you along. Still waiting on Coach Russell. It's senior night. He's got a lot of people. He's a pretty popular man, nonetheless, anytime, but especially here on senior night. There are a lot of people here, big crowd at the game. So he'll be up here momentarily. Coach, looking at the future for KCU, of course, this was an AAC game. They've got one more regular season game. That's next Saturday. They're on the road at Bluefield. This will be their second time they played Bluefield. We saw them here at home back on September the 24th, and they defeated KCU 31-19. But to be honest, I don't think the score even indicated the complexion of that game. It was a close ball game throughout.
I agree that KCU certainly had their opportunities to make that game closer, maybe even win that game. You're completely right. 31-19 doesn't indicate how close that game really was, and but it'll be a challenge to go on the road to play Bluefield. I'm sure I don't know how they did today, but they've got a pretty nice little football team, and you go down to Mitchell Stadium down in Bluefield, and it'll be never easy to play there. So that'll be interesting coming up next week for the Knights, kind of around the country as we wait on Coach Russell, see if we get a hold of him. We've got several games in the top 25 going on. As I said, the big game that everybody is kind of looking forward to today, Georgia right now is up 21-6 on Tennessee, 9:36 left to go in the second quarter, so lots of time to go in that for the Tennessee fans. Also in the top 25 is number 8, Oregon, 21-7 over Colorado. Number 15, Penn State, 14-7 over Indiana right now with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Illinois, number 16, Illinois is behind Michigan State right now, 9-7. Michigan State a little short-handed from all the suspensions from the little confrontation there in the tunnel with Michigan last week. So short-handed, they're still up 2 on Illinois. Number 18, Oklahoma State is behind Kansas, 17-7. Kansas, hot start this year. Everybody's darling. They've fallen to 5-3, but playing well today against number 18, Oklahoma State, up 17-7. It's Syracuse behind Pittsburgh, 10-6 at halftime. Syracuse with the loss last week to Clemson, but having a really good year for Dino Babers. But right now, Pitt over them 10-6 at halftime. Also in the top 25, right at the bottom, it's UCF 21, Memphis 14, getting close to halftime in that game. Already gone final today from the top 25. Number 2, Ohio State hangs on really 21-7, much closer than a lot of people thought. It was 14-7 deep into the fourth quarter. The spread on that game was something like 34 points. So Northwestern making it close there, 21-7. But Ohio State gets the win. TCU 34-24. Their remarkable season, their undefeated season continues as they beat Texas Tech 34-24, and we'll see if they can rise up the poll a little bit more. North Carolina continues their winning ways with a 31-28 win over Virginia. Tulane, number 19, Tulane, the highest rated group of 5 team right now, 27-13 over Tulsa. Later tonight in the top 25, as we mentioned earlier, Alabama and LSU will square off. Alabama, a 13.5-point favorite going into that game. We've got a big game out, a Big 12 matchup, Texas and Kansas State. Both of those teams ranked. Texas at the number 24, and Kansas State with the big win over Oklahoma State last week, number 13 Kansas State. Clemson and Notre Dame at 7:30. That'll be a big game. Anytime the Irish are in prime time, a lot of eyes will be on that. So we'll see whether Clemson can handle 5-3 Notre Dame as they come, I believe, to Death Valley down there in Clemson, South Carolina. So Michigan 8-0 will take on Rutgers later on tonight. Also outside the top 25 right now, it's gone final as the Wildcats, the Kentucky Wildcats, hang on against Missouri and win that one 21-17.
And that's something. The Kentucky football games, if you're a UK fan, we have that coverage as well on Cool Hits 105.7 FM. So two of my favorite college programs anyway, the Kentucky Wildcats and the KCU Knights, Coach. We're going to step out, take one more break, and we're still waiting on Coach Russell.
Yeah, I'm going to mention, I got one more score for you here, local area. The Herd, right? Marshall up 12-0 over Old Dominion as that one gets close to going final, about 9:31 left in the fourth quarter. But Marshall pitching the shutout so far, 12-0 over Old Dominion.
Go Herd. We're going to step out back after this. We'll be back and hopefully have a word from Coach Russell and be able to wrap things up. So don't go away. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it? You owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
We're still waiting. Senior day. It seems like, I don't know, my partner here in crime, Chauncey Griffith, went to see if he can find Coach Russell, but I don't know if he had any success or not.
Yeah, Coach, I don't think we're going to be able to get with him here after the game. He's a pretty busy man, especially on senior day, but hats off to him and his staff on the 33-12 win over the Union Bulldogs, an AAC opponent. They've got another AAC opponent coming up down the line a week from today. That is the Bluefield Rams. They're on the road at Bluefield. But, Coach, the good news is we may not hear from Coach Russell. We may not hear from Coach Russell right now, but we will hear from him on Thursday on the Coach Jake Russell Show on the Cool Hits Sports Network. That's every Thursday at 6 p.m., so tune in for that, no doubt about it. We'll ask him some of those hard-hitting questions that we planned on asking him right now and be able to preview the matchup for next Saturday and go from there. Coach, thanks again.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's been a great season. I guess this will be our last home game, so the last KCU game that we'll do.
Yep.
My first season doing this, and really, just want to say a big thanks. Appreciate it. I've learned a lot. Hopefully, everybody's enjoyed the coverage, and it's been great kind of getting to know some of these kids a little bit,
yep.
Jake a little bit, and bringing you the KCU action. And it's been a lot of fun for me, and I really appreciate you kind of taking me in and showing me how to do this.
Well, hey, I appreciate you doing it because I know you definitely make us sound like make me sound like I know what I'm talking about. But I do want to say thank you to Coach Russell and Coach Manning, the athletic director, and Bruce Dixon, the assistant athletic director. They treat us well here. Mm-hmm. They give us anything we need, and they take good care of us. And a class act out here at KCU, no doubt about it. But Coach, that's going to do it.
Yep.
We're going to step out and call it quits here for today. A big thank you to Jeff and to Lane from Cool TV and to Dwayne back at the studio. And for Coach Brent Terry, I'm Chauncey Griffith. Good night and God bless.
You've been listening to Kentucky Christian University football on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV. This KCU football game has been brought to you by Kentucky Christian University, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Trey Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Grayson and Cannonsburg, Members Choice Credit Union, Stoltz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy in South Shore, and Clark's Puffin Shops of the Tri-State. KCU football is a special sports presentation of the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.